High School Sports Live, in partnership with 27 News, is proud to present the Cedar Cliff Colts and the visiting Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everybody. I'm Todd McCall, along with Archie Smith Jr. and Jerome Presley. Tonight, we've got the West Shore matchup, Cedar Cliff, Bishop McDevitt. It's been a dogfight every year the last several years. Archie and Jerome, more importantly, when we talk dogfights, you got to talk trenches, you got to talk players. Jerome, on the road here today, Chase Dill's got some big shoes to fill from Tavon Bowers in the last few years, but we're done talking about that. It's now time, as he is 3-2, it's time to win this West Shore War for him.
Right, Chase Dill has actually had a pretty productive season. We got a chance to see him early in the season against Harrisburg. He had a rough day that game. Came back, and he's actually put together a pretty good year. Over 700 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He's the engine that's making this McDevitt offense go. And then on the running back position, C.J. Diggs, last week had a very good game, over 131 yards, and got in the end zone as well. So he's shown that he can do well. This McDevitt team feels that Cumberland Valley game was kind of an anomaly. They had a lot of injuries on that offensive line, on the line itself. So that stopped them from doing some of the things they wanted to do. Not an excuse, but they took one on the chin on that one. For Cedar Cliff, we look at Bobby Wellen at quarterback, taking over for the great Grant Brenneman. And we've called Grant Brenneman games. You know, he's playing at the next level, doing his thing. And now Whalen takes over, and he was a supreme athlete, was a wide receiver, transitions to quarterback position, and now he's counted on to run this offense for the Colts. And then Mike Dubas is the running back that Grant will handle, or Bobby will hand the ball off to, and his job is going to be to try to infiltrate this McDevitt defense that can be very, very tough.
And Archie, I mean, you talk about games, you're down on the sideline, and you really, more importantly, you see the impact of emotion made on a football game. You played like that as a player at Alabama State. It was about emotion. But tonight, throw scores out the books, throw records out the book. It's been close the last 2 years, and we've seen some exciting finishes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, is what the game is all about, is what Friday nights is all about, is throw away the records, throw away what team it is man against man. These young kids are out here, they're stepping it up, they're learning to what it really takes to get into a battle like this. The first year we was down here, it was a dog fight, and last year up in McDevitt, it was a dog fight. So don't think that the younger guys that was on the sidelines watching does not remember those games. These guys is anxious, they're ready, they're hyped. I mean, their parents are going to be up in the stands. We're going to be here. You guys are going to be tuning in. It's going to be another great game tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we have Bishop McDevitt on the road to Cedar Cliff. We got more coming right up at kickoff after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
It's Friday night football team time. Cedar Cliff, Bishop McDevitt here at West Shore Stadium. Jerome, I know you anticipated this being, you know, year after year a close one. I think tonight it's one of those where we just got to wait and see. You get the ball if you're McDevitt. Chase Dill at 3-2 now. This is a different type of play. You're in the Keystone play.
Yeah.
Keystone every night going out. You don't want to lose one to Keystone because right now it's packed so tightly in that Keystone division.
Yeah, it's definitely packed. I mean, you're looking at this game, and for the past 4 or 5 years, these games have been close. McDevitt has been able to pull out the past 3 years of games against Cedar Cliff, but they've been very close down to the wire. So one of the things that you want to keep an eye on for Cedar Cliff is Bobby Whalen. We talked about him being a quarterback. Don't be surprised if we see him in the receiver role or in the slot role that we're used to seeing him in, and see Chris Dare as the one taking over the quarterback duties, because he's shown that he can put the ball in the air and actually has more yards passing than Whalen does. So don't be surprised if we see Whalen in his traditional role as a slot receiver or outside receiver for this Cedar Cliff team.
Well, Bedtram is set to kick. Adams and Becker back to receive for Bishop McDevitt. Will be underway here shortly when the toe hits the ball. I know that we're anticipating a great matchup tonight, so you want to stay tuned to a great one here. Keystone matchup tonight. Gathers will field it to the left across the 15. Knocked down just over the 20-yard line, so Bishop McDevitt will have their first possession of the night at the 20. And we're interested to see up and coming, really. I mean, just he started to find a way to become one of those backs that are featured in the McDevitt. We can talk about a host of them through the years, from Ricky Waters all the way down, but C.J. Ray's Diggs. I'm anxious really tonight to see how they get him established. We also know that Bishop McDevitt receiving core is very quick with Becker, Adams, and even the tight end Cash sometimes will surprise you. Nazir Burnett also spread out. So we have 3 receivers in a single shotgun formation, 1 back give. And Davis really not much to just call it 1 on the carry.
And we see Qualik Davis, he'll be taking a lot of reps at the running back position as well. But again, Cedar Cliff, this team does not fear Bishop McDevitt. They never did. I mean, they come in, sometimes they're undersized, sometimes they don't have the speed or the quickness, but when it comes down to the football being kicked, they ball out really well.
Well, second play of this drive, it'll be 2nd and 9, so Davis picked up 1 on his first carry. He'll have his first opportunity to put it up here, going down the field. And Burnett with a beautiful catch with a nice pickup crossing the 45-yard line. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Bishop McDevitt. Getting Dill in the rhythm, firing, and take it right over here.
And we see when Dill has protection, he can get the ball downfield. And again, early in the season, that's where the problems were they had breakdowns in protection. So he started to feel the rush when there wasn't a rush there. He became skittish as a quarterback, but you have seen him each week getting stronger and stronger. And now you're seeing his arm. He has a very good arm. We always knew that.
That was a pickup of 23 yards on the catch and carry. Becker on the left side there is nothing. The stingy Cedar Cliff Colt defense on the left side coming up. Wellen and a host of blue jerseys making the tackle. Also in on was Ball, initially hitting Becker. And it'll be 3rd down and 3.
And that's going to be very important for this Cedar Cliff defense. They have to swarm to the ball and tackle well. Keep everything in front of them. Tackle well when you have to make the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Davis has just stood straight up. Great off the defensive front. Coming up to make the tackle was Kevin Lusk for Cedar Cliff.
And I'm already impressed with the run defense of Cedar Cliff. I mean, they are playing very stout right now, and that's what you want to do. You want to try to make, as best you can, Bishop McDevitt one-dimensional. Now it's 3rd and about 12 for this Bishop McDevitt offense.
Tyson McDonald and Lusk are big up front defensively, and they've got a good linebacking core here year after year at Cedar Cliff. One of those guys that really like to get his nose dirty is Donovan Ball. He's a junior. Beautiful catch and throw. Burnett catches a bomb by Dill, crossing the 30-yard line, and they're going to be knocking on Cedar Cliff's door.
And again, when Dill has protection, he can get the ball downfield, and we know Burnett can get busy downfield. He has a lot of height to him. He gets downfield very well, and you could tell that's where the matchup problem is going to be for Cedar Cliff. How do they match up against him? They may want to start shielding or shedding number 14 to that side, favoring that side where he is.
You're right. They're trying to cover him one-on-one, and Dill's picked up on it a couple times. We might have had some movement on the right side. We'll see. Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. Archie, it looks like Chase Dill's picked up on running around. Are they in the coverage? Are they man-man? They're manning up, mano-mano. And it looks like Dill's taking advantage of Burnett's beating the back.
Guys, what's happening is Cedar Cliff, I mean, these guys are amped. These guys are excited. I mean, these coaches are challenging them, and they're telling them, hey, man up and make a play out there. And that's what's happening right now, guys.
Chase Dill has Burnett, Becker. Adams right side. Give to Davis. Davis is going to bust through a tackle. I don't know how he got through. Looked like he was going to be pulled down at the line, and he finds a way to second effort to push forward.
And that's what you need from Davis. Get upfield, get positive yards in the run game. And right now, that defense, again, defense still does well against the run. They have to figure out the pass. And again, you have to get a pass rush on Chase Dill. He cannot just sit back and pick you apart. You have to get a pass rush.
Davis' third carry picked up 7. Dill left side to Becker. Becker making a move, trying to split, crossing the 20-yard line. He'll be drugged down.
And again, that's too easy. That's, you know, again, when Dill has a lot of protection, and he's getting it. He's getting a lot of protection back there where there's nothing that Cedar Cliff defense can do, and it puts your secondary in a bind when they don't get that pass rush up front.
Kevin Lutz come up to make the tackle, and the ball spotted on the 20-yard line, 3rd down and 3 for the Crusaders. Got 4 total receivers. 3 split out wide. Dill had a lot of pressure on the all-out blitz. Linebackers coming through was Donovan Ball. Hit Dill. Dill had a receiver open, overthrew him. That was a for sure touchdown.
But that's what pressure gives you. It gives you the opportunity where it speeds up the clock in the quarterback's head, and it throws off the timing and the rhythm. And when that happens, you know, the quarterback's going to try to get the ball out sooner than usual. And there, a clear touchdown pass, but he couldn't hang in there and deliver a good ball because the pressure came in his face. Good defensive call by Cedar Cliff.
Got the 9th play of this drive of McDevitt. 7:42. 3 far wide out single receiver to the left. Dill with time, but no pressure coming through. Dill stepped up, felt the pressure, crossing the 20-yard line. He might not be touched crossing the 5-yard line. He picks it by foot because the pressure came, and he had a wide open lane to run in.
And that's what happens when you get there with the pressure. You have to bring Dill down, and they weren't able to get him to the ground. So now it'll bring up a 1st down, you know, and goal for this Crusader team. Good play by Dill, ad-libbing in the backfield.
15-yard scramble for Dill. And they'll have the ball on the 5-yard line, knocking on Cedar Cliff's door. Chase going to go under center. They're bringing the fullback in. They're bringing Donnelly in. The give is up front, and it's going to be a touchdown as it's signaled yet. It's in. It's clearly a touchdown. Bishop McDevitt with Harrigan on the board. Justin Harrigan scores a TD, and McDevitt goes on the board 6-0.
Well, I know Cedar Cliff wants that play back. That time when they got a chance to get in the backfield and possibly get Dill to the turf and give up a big play, and the next play is a touchdown.
Well, Justin Harrigan is a big, strong dude. Bonner is going to be set with a point after. The point after is up and good. McDevitt's on the board, 7-0. There'll be more football on High School Sports Live after these messages.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, we're going to take another look at it. I mean, they go to the big fullback, Justin Harrigan, up the middle to score a touchdown. Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by OSS Health, Giant Foods, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, the PLCB, and Connections Academy. We appreciate everybody making this possible on ABC 27 and High School Sports Live. McDevitt on the board by a Harrigan touchdown. Justin Harrigan, 11-play drive, and Dill, 53 yards, 4 for 5, and 53 in the air. And that was an effective drive if you're a McDevitt fan. That's exactly what you want to see out of this team at 3-2. Well, there's going to be flags down.
Yarnick with the return. Several flags on the
Yarnick on the return. Might be a block in the back. You know, that's generally what you see on a return.
Prior to the penalty.
Well, that's going to come back. And Cedar Cliff looked like they had a full head of steam running forward, Drum, and that's what you want to see, north and south. You always talk about it out of your returners.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, unfortunately for Cedar Cliff, the last thing you want is for your first offensive play, which, you know, as a return, is a penalty, and it brings you back. So we'll get a chance to see this Cedar Cliff offense, and I think we'll possibly see Chris Dare at quarterback, and that means Whalen will be playing a different position, possibly. We may see him on offense as well. So that you'll see both quarterbacks, but you'll see Whalen in other ways as well.
So Dare, shotgun formation, single receiver up to the right. Well, still on his feet, crossing on the left side.
With the carry.
That'll be a 7-yard gain on the play. And that was Dubas on the carry for Cedar Cliff. We'll see him a lot tonight, Mike Dubas.
And again, they kind of have to. Establishing the run is going to be very important because you don't want this McDevitt defense to tee off on your quarterback. So you have to get the ball into the running back's hands so they can see if they can get positive yards.
Dubas again on the carry. Picking up about 4.
And Dre Donnelly just really closed that lane down. It looked like Dubas had some running room, and Donnelly comes in and makes a really good play from the defensive position at linebacker.
That last drive, Burnett had 2 catches, 49. And Burnett's the kind of guy that's a burner in the second half. But back here on Cedar Cliff twice, 2 carries right now. Mike Dubas and man, Dare is hit hard. He was looking at Whalen out to the left side. Whalen is the guy that Cedar Cliff wants to get the ball. Hey fans, tonight our referee is Tom Dunleavy, Jim Burno, Dave Spazzari, Andrew Murdaugh, and Mike Panic are our referees. Our white hat tonight is Tom Dunleavy. Great veteran crew there tonight. 5:53 to play here.
Becker back deep.
And it's 3 and out for the Colts. Becker back to receive. He's a dangerous returner. If he gets steam and running room, he'll call fair catch and come up and catch it across the 50 to 47. Make it 49 actually, and that's Bishop McDevitt will have a ball across midfield and good field position for McDevitt.
Well, what we saw on the first drive for Bishop McDevitt is they were able to burn Cedar Cliff on the deep pass. Defensively, Cedar Cliff was able to defense the run very well, very stout against the run. But again, if you're going to put and commit to so many guys in the box, you're going to leave your guys on an island at the defensive back position, and that's where the problem is. It seems like they have one single high safety, and they got guys playing man-to-man. And right now, we know McDevitt has a plethora of athletic talent on the outside. They always did.
The last play was 10-play drive and resulted in Justin Harrigan touchdown. Here comes Chase Deal, single receivers to the flip. He'll give to Rays Diggs. Rays Diggs crossed the 40-yard line, picking up a lot of yards. Now he's still on his feet, but we think he was down.
With the carry.
Man, that's 12 yards on that carry. When you're getting 12 plus on the first carry, I mean, that is dangerous if you are a Cedar Cliff defender.
Well, again, we talked to Coach, had an opportunity to get some information from Coach Wechter, and he talked about the Cumberland Valley game and what happened in that game. And he doesn't want to take anything away from Cumberland Valley because we know that Cumberland Valley is one of the top teams in the area, maybe even one of the top in 6A in the state. But he had a lot of injuries on that line.
Right.
Guys are starting to get healthy, and now you may see this running game really begin to explode as this team explodes for McDevitt.
Deal back to pass. Pressure, he gets out of the way for pressure, running left. Crossing the 40, he's going to go out of bounds, be pushed out of bounds. And chasing him down was linebacker Ball and Lusk. I mean, these guys are so active for Cedar Cliff. Austin Neal on defense, Tyson McDonald. These are guys 235. Noel goes 220. Lusk is a 195er. But at linebacker, I've always been impressed with Donovan Ball, and he's only a junior. He's 205 pounds. Ball is a very active linebacker in that Cedar Cliff core.
Yeah, and they're going to need him. And again, getting the pressure is one part of it. You have to get Dill to the turf. You cannot just get there because he's showing that he can be very elusive. And if he's elusive and he's keeping his eyes downfield, he can find some targets down there.
Dill going to keep it himself. He'll be drugged down. And Quigley will come up to make the play for Cedar Cliff.
So again, a very important defensive drive for Cedar Cliff. If they can get a 3 and out here, this will be big. So brings up a 3rd and probably about 13. So a long 13 for McDevitt. Don't be surprised if Cedar Cliff comes with some pressure here to try to get some pressure on the quarterback.
The ball will be spotted on the 41-yard line. And they're backed up 3rd and 13. Dill passing down, looking and airing it down, throwing a beautiful ball to Nazir Burnett. Caught him on stride at the 3, touchdown Bishop McDevitt. And right now, Chase Dill's making it easy. Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. Archie, I know you see this corner, this one-on-one right now. Chase Dill's arm, along with Burnett's speed, is killing him on the man-to-man.
Guys, what you have here, I mean, the coaches is challenging. If you look at Bobby Whalen, he is one safety that sets in the middle of the field. So Chase has a read. He sees Bobby setting in the middle of the field, so he instantly knows that he has one-on-one outside coverage, and I'm going to go to my best playmaker too.
Well, it goes to his best playmaker, and that's what happens. I mean, my goodness, you could see somebody coming on since that McDevitt game. The extra point is up and good, and McDevitt's on the board early with 2 touchdowns. Look at this beautiful spiral on Friday night. And Burnett on the other end. They attack Ebersol's side. Touchdown Bishop McDevitt. More football action on ABC 27 after these messages.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Fall AAU tryouts October 28th and 29th, Team Pennsylvania. If you want more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Again, the Fall AAU tryouts October 28th and 29th. For more, advancedhoops.com. I mean, right now, can you say, I can't say enough about the team of Dill and Burnett. They're going to make people hurt in the Keystone. Dill's in rhythm right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in rhythm. I mean, and the problem is Cedar Cliff is having a hard time matching up one-on-one.
Well, that's going to be a nice pickup when you need it. And Nick Yarnovic for Cedar Cliff finding a nice pickup, and maybe you get some points on the board right away. Burnett is an even 3 catches for 100 yards.
Right, and again, we saw it from the first pass play. Burnett is just able to explode through, and I don't know if there's anyone on Cedar Cliff's defense from the cornerback position that can cover him. So, you know, that single high safety man-to-man for Cedar Cliff, they may have to look at adjusting that to give some support. But again, you're trying to get pressure, so they're coming with pressure to try to get to the quarterback quick. But he's able to find, he sits in the pocket. He's this all day.
There goes his big tight end, Alex Lentz. Receiver. Lentz is 6'2". He also plays quarterback. Darrell will try to hook up with Lentz tonight as much as he can. Lentz is a big target. This is their second possession. Last one resorting in a punt. McDevitt 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns so far.
Yeah, and again, Bishop or Cedar Cliff has to find a way to establish some offense, or else this can be blown out of the water real quick.
Boy, Dubas running that defensive line and not much there. And that'll be a loss, actually.
And I'll tell you what, when you look at this McDevitt team, and I know Archie saw this too, when they come out, they look like a college unit. I mean, size-wise, height, speed, I mean, they look the part. So, you know, they'll look the part on most teams.
Melendez on the tackle. Dare under center. He'll give to Dubas. Dubas is trying to push, and he avoided a tackle crossing the 40-yard line, and he'll be wrestled down.
And that's just good hard running.
James Lawson came up to make the tackle.
And good hard running by Dubas to get that first down, kept his legs going, and that's what you have to do, get that offensive line. Now, as you can see, Cedar Cliff's offensive line is a little on the smaller side, but you see them pulling. You see the speed and the quickness of those little guys up front, and they're doing some good job on that offensive line. Checking out big number 52. That's Ben Gregory, 6'1", 230, and you saw him pancake someone on that drive.
2:52 to play. And that's Quigley on the carry.
And again, it looks like Cedar Cliff is going to stick with Dare at quarterback. And I'm under the auspice of, look, you go with a guy and you ride with that guy. You know, sometimes when you're flipping guys in and out at quarterback, it throws off the rhythm of your offense. Some teams are able to pull it off.
Right.
But I like the idea of going with one person and seeing if you can get other guys involved.
6th play of this drive given to Quigley again. Quigley picked up 4 on the last one. He might have picked up 2, call it. And it'll be a 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down play for Cedar Cliff. In the last possession, resulting in a punt for Cedar Cliff. Driving the ball here, 7th play of this drive. 1:52 to play here in the first quarter. Motion. Dare to Reynolds. Reynolds finding some room and crossing the 20-yard line, and that'll be a big pickup and a 1st down for Cedar Cliff.
And just a good hard running effort after the catch. And again, you're seeing Cedar Cliff not give up. They're playing hard. They're really going after this McDevitt team and methodically taking this ball downfield. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're on the field, that offense from Bishop McDevitt is not on the field. So they're doing a good thing by keeping the ball.
10-yard pickup for handoff right side, running really hard is Quigley. Boy, Quigley picking up some yardage.
And Quigley's 6 foot, 185-pound junior running back. And again, you see Cedar Cliff is attacking north-south. They're going straight upfield. They're not doing a lot of east-west running plays or those jet sweeps or anything like that. They're going mano-a-mano right up the field, maybe pull a guard, and they're going right into the teeth of this defense.
9 play on the drive. Quigley picking up 8 last time. Quigley left side running. Just look at him keeping the feet moving. Very impressive drive. That was Dubas, actually. Dubas, 9th play of this drive. Dubas driving right side. He'll pick up maybe 2, call it 2.
And he got the first down.
But it's first down. First down, Cedar Cliff in the red zone.
And they're attacking the teeth of this defense right in the A-gap. I mean, right smack dab right on the guard side on one side or the guard side on the other. They are not trying to get outside at all.
Going Dare underneath. Dare, play action, rolling left side, looking in the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar Cliff. That'll wake them up. Dare to Lentz. Lentz from 11 out.
And Todd, that's what effectively running the ball does for you. Then you can do play action, suck up those linebackers and get right behind them. Good play, good execution, and very good coaching by the Cedar Cliff offensive coaching staff.
11-yard TD, a 10-play drive, very effective for Cedar Cliff. A little mix of run, a little mix of pass, and that's what you do.
Well, it was all run, and then they passed it. I mean,
well,
they
why
ran
I say a
well.
mix of run and pass.
Yeah, they
quickly.
ran really well.
The point after is up and good, and Beecham puts him on the board, 14-7. One more look at it. Play action, beautiful call. He hooks up Dare to Lynch, touchdown. There'll be more on ABC 27 after these messages. Well, please join Medard's House and Kyle Brady on Saturday, October 21st for a Breakfast of Champions. Learn how Medard's House is making a difference in the West Shore community. Email medardshouse@gmail.com to RSVP. Registrations close October 16th. Fans, before the game, the Cedar Cliff cheerleaders had the opportunity to support the Central PA Food Bank. So at the break, we'll have the cheerleaders of Cedar Cliff making their effort to help the food bank. Back to live action. Cedar Cliff put it on the board, came right back 14-7, and there's the Cedar Cliff crowd, and they've come out tonight. Actually, it's the Bishop McDevitt crowd traveling well too. So they've brought their fans over on the West Shore. It's not that far of a drive, but they're looking to really start moving forward into Keystone. But Cedar Cliff has something to answer tonight, 14-7. It's Geathers right side crossing the 30 and going to give some decent field position for Bishop McDevitt.
Well, again, I think it's going to be a good idea, and will Cedar Cliff, and Archie can talk a little bit to this, will Cedar Cliff give their cornerback some help defensively on these receivers for Bishop McDevitt? Because right now, it's open season back there.
So we had 32 seconds here to close the first quarter. Dill, shotgun formation. He has trips to his left. Becker coming back across. They love that play. Cutting across. Becker's crossed the 40, and he is fast. 50. Crossed the 30-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds by the quarterback, Chris Dare, playing defense. Boy, when Becker gets square, runs north to south, we know how. Tanias Becker is one quick athlete.
And that's 48 yards pickup by this small, and that's, you throw a short pass and let your running back do the rest. And you saw, look at the offensive line get upfield to the next level. And after that, it's just speed downfield. So good play call, good execution.
Can I say, I know that just to tell you how good Harrisburg is. The big loss to Harrisburg, I mean, they really, really thumped Vic McDevitt. But this is a new fire in the team. I see something uniquely different in this team. They're playing, like you said, they got the offensive line back. They're playing like McDevitt teams we've seen in the past, composed.
Yeah.
And they are letting their athletes get out on the corners. And, my gosh, that was a great play, though. I love that play.
Well, we know the Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley, as we've said, are two of the better teams in the mid-state, maybe the top two. They both, in their classifications, are probably in the top 10, maybe even top 5 in the state.
Oh, left side cross the 20. There's flags down. It'll be a touchdown, McDevitt. I think it's going to come back. And that was Kalik Davis. Davis carry flag penalty and probably holding. That'd have been a holding. That's holding.
I'll tell you what, sometimes when it looks too easy, you may have had a hold or a clip or something that brings it back. So
Tom Dunleavy talking to the guys. That was holding. Looks like it'd be on the big tight end, but there's a Cedar Cliff crowd tonight. So they've come out as well. We're happy on Friday nights to get a nice group of kids on both sides coming out night in, night out. We got 10 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. And
I know that's my favorite thing nowadays is seeing the student sections of these different high school games we go to. So it's great to see that the student sections try to outdo each other.
Well, McDevitt will have the ball on the 27-yard line. Fourth play of this drive. Oh, bullet across the middle. And it'd be caught by Becker. Becker does a spin and be brought down about the 11-yard line. I mean, and that was Quigley who come up to make the tackle. And one thing you're seeing is the Cedar Cliff offense and defense are playing both sides, and they're iron 12 right now. 11.
Right. And I'll tell you what, doesn't Deal throw a good ball?
He really does.
I mean, when he has time, he surveys the field. His technique, I mean, his mechanics are flawless when he has time.
Well, before the game, the Cedar Cliff cheerleaders had the opportunity to support the Central PA Food Bank, and this is what it looked like. I will go down to the field with the cheerleaders.
Donate, donate, let's go Giants! Donate, donate, PA Food Bank! Donate, donate, fighting hunger! Donate, donate, let's go Colts!
welcome back. Second quarter. The ball will be on the 12-yard line for Bishop McDevitt. This is the 6th play of this drive. Now, first 2 drives have resulted in touchdowns. Deal to Burnett on the last one. And prior to that, the big fullback, Harrigan, took it into the end zone. Harrigan is another guy that they bring it in. And Deal 7 for 9 for 158. Now, that's a good night already.
And it's big plays.
In Keystone. And it's big plays.
It's big plays.
It's
They're chunk plays.
Right. It's good balls to afterburners. I mean, he's throwing great tight ball to very, very speedy. We're starting to see Burnett and the emergence of Becker, like I think that McDevitt expected all year. Harrigan is the back along with the big fullback. They're going dual fullbacks here. I like this lineup. This is a physical forcing lineup here that McDevitt's gone with in this initial line. Deal will go under center at the 12. Harrigan right side, looking to dance a little bit, crossing the 5-yard line. And Lentz will come up to have to make the tackle.
And again, that big offensive line for Bishop McDevitt exerting his will. And we talk about their season. We talked about them playing Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley. Then they had that big game week 3, or it would be week 2 because a 0 week was the first week. And McDevitt did play an extra game compared to Cedar Cliff. But they played that Canisius High School in New York and beat them 28-21. And I think many thought after the Harrisburg loss, that may be a tough game for Bishop McDevitt, and they came out and won it.
Well, look at Ray's Diggs stand on his feet. And he was just short of the goal line, but that second effort, I mean, you want to see that play. When he got moving, he was not going to be denied.
And just good hard running from Ray's Diggs, his ability to get upfield.
Deal underneath center from the 1. Give. And this time left side, touchdown won't be denied. Number 25, CJ Ray's Dig will have the touchdown. He'll pick up 1, the TD. And right back that 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for McDevitt. It's almost picture perfect. The ball had a chance at him, but look on the left side. I mean, he'll just sneak in there, push in there, and not be denied.
Well, they put Tate Myers at that fullback position. And you get some big guys up front. And again, they just, with the big offensive line and 2 fullbacks, they collapsed the defensive line for Cedar Cliff.
Well, the point after is Fauner. There's flags. Fauner puts it through the uprights, but Tom Dunleavy says offsides. It'll be offsides on the Colts. Now, they're gonna incline it. Or they're gonna take the point. They're not gonna, so they'll take the point after. Well, no, they're gonna have to kick it again. Boy, I got myself really confused there. Help me out here, man.
Yeah, I'll let you figure it out.
It's been a long day.
You'll figure it out.
All right,
you had it.
I thought you had my back. Kick it up and good to point after. 21-7, Bishop McDevitt over Cedar Cliff here in the Keystone matchup. More after these messages.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Tonino's Pizza West, located on Wartsville Road, connected to the Giant in the Hampton Marketplace Plaza, is the official food provider for the Invicta production crew. Stop in and enjoy Tonino's famous margarita pizza and homemade sub rolls. Well, 21-7 it is. Bishop McDevitt, 3 possessions, 3 scores. They've had 3 possessions, 3 straight scores. First possession, they had the ball, 10-play drive, resulting into a touchdown by their big fullback. Second play drive went 5 and a 3 of 40-plus yard hookup from Deal to Burnett for a touchdown. And that one there, the last possession, CJ Ray's Dig from 1 out, McDevitt up 21-7. This will be the 3rd opportunity for Cedar Cliff. First possession, the first quarter, it was 3 and out. They then had a 10-play drive, a TD hookup from to Lance from Dare, and now their third possession. Ball spot on the 26-yard line. Dubas staying on his feet, crossing the 35-yard line, very effective. That's what you want. If Dubas is moving the chains like that, right now you're looking for a way to stop this kid, but he is really a determined running back, we've noticed.
Yeah, he's definitely a tough running back, and not overly big. At 5'10", 178-pound senior. And again, you know, let's give some credit to Caden Malone, the fullback at 5'11", 205, is doing a good job paving the way as well.
Dubas comes up, and that time he's going to be hit by Dre Donley. Donley come up and make the tackle. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
So again, I like the idea of Cedar Cliff sticking to the run and chewing up some of that clock and then using that play action, but they have to be able to continue to be successful running the ball. And you saw, you know, if you stick to the run long enough, you get those offensive linemen doing something. You know, run blocking is definitely more easy than pass blocking is, because you got the guy in front of you, you move him. You pull, you move the guy that you hit. You know, that's where it is.
It'll be 3rd down and 2, and Dare drew the left side to McDevitt. Now, of course, McDevitt claims that it is definitely on Cedar Cliff, but it looked like that penalty would definitely go against McDevitt. We'll see what the call is. Dunleavy and Burno, and we'll discuss it. There'll be offsides on the defense. So let's move Cedar Cliff.
And you saw Dare, I mean, give a really good hard count. You get those defensive linemen to jump, they're getting antsy. And again, coaches really get upset about that, because it's one of those situations where they say you watch the ball. You don't listen to the cadence, you don't look at the quarterback, you watch the ball. The ball tells you what's going on. And many guys are jumped. Right. It happens at every level.
Yeah. All right, it'll be 3rd down. We're going to talk about this one here a little bit for a second.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down. I think were they talking maybe about putting time on the clock? Tom Dunleavy, the official's timeout here.
And I think the time is going to be kept on the field.
Well, we'll take a break. We got an official's timeout. We'll be back with more on ABC 27 after these messages.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
All right. We're back from ball on the 41-yard line. 3rd down, or 2nd down. 11:00. Time will be kept now on the field. So that 11:01, you see it not moving. The clock is being kept by the officials now. There's some trouble here on the West Shore Stadium clock. So 21-7 and 3rd down and 5 for Cedar Cliff.
And again, there are some going to some of the games that will be happening around the area. That Cumberland Valley at Central Dolphin game will be a big one.
A good one.
You know, Central Dolphins trying to establish themselves, so that'd be a big game for them.
Dare's ball is incomplete to Reynolds.
And we'll definitely try to get some scores for everyone. East Pennsboro at Steel High, Manheim Central at Kilcalico, Father Judge at LaSalle High School. And in some of the other games, Pittsburgh Central Catholic at Pine Ridge. And then Saturday we have the Hershey Harrisburg game, Camp Hill at Milton Hershey, and West Catholic at Newman Goretti. So some good games on tap for today and tomorrow.
Well, that was 3 and out for Cedar Cliff. Becker back to receive the punt, and he's going to have to wheel and get out of the way of it. It's going to take a Cedar Cliff roll. Becker needs to be very careful he doesn't get his toes on it.
Oh, yeah, you have that right. He needs to, get out of the way. Just get out of the way completely.
I know you were told on returning days, Archie Smith can allude to this. Archie, when those balls take a roll like that, you got to be very careful as a returner. I think they can clip you.
Well, guys, I'm over here on the McDevitt on sideline, and you can hear all of them yelling, "Poison, get away, get away!" And he's steady inching by the ball, and you hear one of the coaches say, "Man, I hate when they do that. Why do guys always do that?"
I love that. Poison, get away, get away.
Hey, Archie Smith, this is my vision for you and Jerome. Just one time I'd like to go out there and punt one to two of you. Just let you just get back to those glory days and see number 1 Archie Smith Jr. run, and I get your number wrong every time. See old number 99, Jerome Presley, return one again. I know that it isn't his number, but I like to get him stirred up because he knows his number.
Well, guys, sitting on the sidelines down here, man, watching these guys hit like they're hitting, man, it sure do bring the little chills back to you, man. It is some hitting going on out here, guys.
And I tell you what we're going to try to do, Archie. We're going to try to – I'm going to hope to see if you can go to some old VHS tapes and maybe you can get one in here and see if we can get that thing converted over and play again. Let them see what you had, even if we got to go to the old Harrisburg days. What do you think? When you used to dance, I tell you what, when you brought the show, you were more than just a cornerback in those days. You brought a show. You were an actor. You went live every game.
Hey, man, that's what it was about, man. Fun, joy, and loving the game, baby.
And then, like you said, the love of the game is here on Friday night. That's a carry right side and Ball comes up and makes a tackle on Khalid Davis. I'm impressed with Donovan Ball and how active he has to be in that linebacking core, but he's a good one.
Well, I mean, he definitely has to be active, tasked with the responsibility of shutting down his Bishop McDevitt run game, which is not easy to do. So, again, the biggest issue is how can they defense the pass, get enough pressure, but also commit a lot of guys into the secondary.
Deal, back to pass, and who do we talk about? There's Ball. Ball's going to force a turnover, and Cedar Cliff's going to get it.
And that's what you do.
We just talked about it.
We just talked about it. You get pressure on a quarterback, things change, and there you have it. A very good play defensively, just what the doctor ordered. Donovan Ball comes up, makes the play.
He's excited. Look at him pound on that helmet. You should be excited. Comes up, we were just talking about him, and he answers. Because, Archie, at this point, McDevitt, that was their 4th possession. They were 3 for 3, resulting in touchdowns. Cedar Cliff needed a big play. Archie?
Well, guys, the game is starting to settle down now. Like I told you guys, it is some hitting going on out here, man. The game is starting to settle down. I'm looking for Cedar Cliff to impose their will right now on the running game.
Thank you, Archie Smith, Jr. And 2/3 of the possessions for Cedar Cliff tonight, 2 out of 3 have resulted in punts, but now they have the ball on the 20-yard line, 4th possession of the first half. Dare's going to play action, roll left. This works for him well. Oh, the ball was right in his hands and incomplete. And I tell you what, boy, was he frustrated. He threw a great ball. That play action is working for him.
And again, when you establish the running game, you're able to do that. So again, good job on that offensive line, giving enough time for Dare to throw the ball, and he throws very well. So again, that's one of those plays you want back if you're a receiver. You had it in your hands, you got to pull that in. Now you see Brenneman in the backfield with Dare.
That was Justin Resto, the junior, dropping that pass. Shotgun formation, you got twin receivers, well actually 3 receivers putting one in motion. Whalen is the guy you want with the ball over the 20, over the 15, 14 call it. And he'll be brought down by Julian Jordan of McDevitt.
And that was a good, solid play by Julian Jordan because it looked like we were going to have Whalen going down the sideline with a possibility to score. But good defensive play by Jordan on the swing pass.
Well, coming up at halftime, we'll have our Highmark halftime report, our Advanced Hoops first half halftime stats, our Capital Region Insurance Agency halftime stats as well. Also, our OSS Health interview with Dr. King coming up right at halftime. Lentz in motion. Little option. Whalen going to get it. And that was defended very well by McDevitt.
And again, a boundary option, which you don't see as much nowadays, is actually a good play. Usually you can outnumber a defense by having more offensive linemen blocking on that side. But again, very well defense, brings up a 4th down and about 4 for Cedar Cliff. The really good thing that happened with that turnover that many don't know is that turnover allowed Cedar Cliff to continue to run the ball, because if they didn't get that and say McDevitt scored again, that would have made it more difficult.
McDevitt's going to come up and get a big stop on 4th down. I mean, you talk about a big stop. They look like they wanted to try to get Whalen on the corner, one-on-one on the corner, let him beat the corner, and nowhere to be found. And look who came up to make the tackle. Khalik Davis come up to make the hold. McDevitt will have the ball on basically downs.
It's going to be difficult to get wide on Bishop McDevitt with their speed on the outside defensively. So, I mean, again, Whalen we know is a good athlete, and I do like seeing Cedar Cliff get him going offensively, because in the earlier parts of this game in the first quarter, they didn't get the ball to him much at all.
I felt like last year he was such a big key in this McDevitt matchup. Well, any matchup that we saw him in. They are backed up on the 14-yard line. McDevitt, their 5th possession of the first half. And we'll have a whistle. And Bishop McDevitt's going to take a timeout. We'll take one. We'll be right back on ABC 27 after these messages.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Well, 21-7, McDevitt will have the ball on the 14, their own 14. They took over on downs. They stopped Cedar Cliff 3 out of the 4. So 3 out of the 4 possessions in the first half for Cedar Cliff have resulted in 1 takeover and 2 punts, but 1 touchdown. 21-7, McDevitt's had the ball. This is their 5th possession. 3 out of 5 resulted in touchdowns, 21-7. That's the recap of where we are now. And we have about 9:35 to play here in the first half.
Well, I'll tell you what, this team, Cedar Cliff, has to continue to get pressure on Dill. They cannot let him sit back and pick them apart.
Dill sitting back, fires. It's going to be intercepted by Lentz. Lentz is crossing the 50 to 40 on his feet. Lentz has got blockers. He's going to cut up, and that's the defensive stop. There are flags down as well. Laundry on the field, but Lentz comes up with a big play. And Dill this time, that's the only mistake we've seen Dill make this first half. He overthrows his receiver.
Well, that'll be the second mistake, because the first was the sack fumble.
The sack fumble.
That was a mistake, but again, good defense, and that's what pressure does. Remember, he got sacked his last time fading back. This time, he goes back to pass, throws an errant pass, and it's picked. So 2 turnovers, and Cedar Cliff has to get points on this, because you score, you stay in this game, you keep yourself in, and your game plan is still intact. If you don't score and you let Bishop McDevitt score, different story.
There'll be a legal block in the back, so it's going to bring McDevitt back on the, or excuse me, Cedar Cliff on the return. So
well, guys, I have the time on the field. It is 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
We thank you, R.G. Smith Jr. The clock here at West Shore Stadium is not working, and our clock that we would have on our telecast obviously is based off the West Shore Stadium. So thank you, Archie. We're at 7 minutes here in the first half. 5th possession for Cedar Cliff. Lentz will go in motion. And it'll be knocked down. Big old hand on the left side. That's Dre Donnelly. And Dre's made some plays tonight. I mean, he is a nice player. Dre Donnelly's size, I mean, he looks obviously ready to play at the next level.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys look the part. I mean, you got big number 55, Taquan White. Make sure that Darren knows that he's there and he pushes him to the dirt.
59, Bryce Barnes is another big kid. You know, Carter Christopher they bring off the sideline sometimes. Cordell Cash, Salusta Morgan. Petrucci, O'Grady, Logan O'Grady, some big guys out there. Give to Dubas on the right side, and he'll be met by Dre Donnelly and dragged down.
So again, we're calling that Donnelly kid a lot in the teeth of that defense, doing a good job there. But again, McDevitt or Cedar Cliff can continue to run the ball because of the fact that they're still in this game. They can continue to run the ball. They cannot allow another touchdown, but they have to get points on the board so they can continue to run their offense. If they get scored on again, then it becomes one of those situations where you're in catch-up mode and you might just go back and just pass every other play.
Ball on the 30. Dare to Whalen. Whalen going to get an opportunity. Whalen crossing the 30. And 23-yard line, and ball will be spotted. He'll pick up 7.
In the second quarter, we have seen Cedar Cliff really begin to work Whalen into the game offensively. So we talked about him being a quarterback. Well, he's back to his role that we saw last year, and they're moving him all over the place. Let's throw to him, let's run to him.
Right, and I think that's a necessity to get Whalen involved. If you talked about it, we talked about it in our pregame. Dubas left side, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Give him 2.
But I think Dare has helped the decision be made as well because of how well he's been able to play quarterback-wise. So, I mean, this kid is showing that he can play the position, and, you know, those two will be linked up again next year as they're both juniors.
Oh, my goodness, what a hit. If that doesn't make the hit rate, I don't know what will. We continue to call Donnelly. We're by 580 AM radios to the left of us here today in the booth. Yep. And all you hear out of all of us in unison is, ooh, Donnelly.
Ooh, yeah, Donnelly
coming up. Hey, Archie Smith Jr., is this a throwback hitter or what? And that Dre Donnelly, 42.
Guys, he's been setting this hit up all game. If you can watch him, he is flowing. He is all over the ball, guys. This is a perfect for all you youngsters out there. This is a perfect form fundamental tackle right here.
And again, you're talking about downhill linebacker. We always talk about downhill running backs. You see a linebacker playing downhill, and that's when you see them coming and laying the wood immediately when the ball carrier gets the ball.
Lynch running out of the backfield, jet and sweeping it. Touchdown. Lynch came down with the ball, and I called a jet sweep unintentionally. They put him in motion, ran him out the right side, hooked up, Dare to Lynch on a touchdown.
And that was a good play. I just think what happened was, and I'm trying to see who the cornerback was out there. I think it may have been James Lawson, the safety. Let's see, number 26. Jordan never really got around. And again, it's just a beautiful pass by Dare and beautiful concentration by Alex Lentz.
Dare to Lentz for a 21-yard touchdown hookup. That's 2 for Lentz tonight. He also set that up by the interception. Point after, down, and it's up, and it's good. And Cedar Cliff back on the board, 21-14. Don't go anywhere. This is one of the best that we have night in, night out. Cedar Cliff, Bishop McDevitt. Look at the ball. And then, man, let your receiver go get it. More to come on ABC 27 after these messages.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
Well, welcome back to West Shore Stadium, 21-14. Don't go anywhere for this. Archie Smith alluded to it in the pregame. I did. I know Jerome did. This is a tight one every night. Hey, coming up at halftime, our High Mark halftime reporter, Advanced Hoops first half stats, Capital Region Inserts Agency halftime stats. We'll also have an interview with our OSS Health interview with Dr. King, and an interview. I had a time in pregame to have a chance to really talk to Gerald Jarman of the 3-Star. What a great guy, doing great work across the city. East Shore teaming up now with the West Shore and the 3-Star program. So we're looking forward to that at halftime. 21-14 here. And this is why we do these things on ABC 27. These kinds of games. Last week we really anticipated an exciting one in East Penn and McDevitt. It was just, Middletown. It was just too much Middletown. But tonight, there's something in the air here, Jerome.
Well, I mean, as we've said, it doesn't matter what the records are of these teams. You have that David and Goliath type of mentality here. And I think people always have gotten away from the idea that this is a pushover game for Bishop McDevitt. This is a tough game for Bishop McDevitt, and I'll tell you what, this Cedar Cliff coaching staff gets these kids up to play this game, and they're in this game. And again, 2 turnovers back-to-back for Bishop McDevitt, which have allowed Cedar Cliff to finally get in the end zone again. And now, they don't have to change anything. They can continue doing what they need to do, tighten up this defense, and continue to tighten up this defense, continue to bring pressure on Deal, and when you have opportunities to take the ball away, take it away.
Well, Veteran will kick. Back to receive will be Davis and Becker. Well, actually, it's correction on that. That's Adams. The ball taken by Adams. Adams right side across the 30, stiff arm and staying on his feet. Crossing the 35. Adams with a good return. And Bishop McDevitt will have their 6th possession here the first half.
And again, can this defense do it again? I mean, they've done a great job these last 2 drives being able to shut down this Bishop McDevitt offense with 2 turnovers. So again, get that defensive line, do some creative stuff in that defensive line and linebackers to keep getting pressure on Dill. We're seeing it. When Dill has time to pass, he will pick this team apart. When he doesn't, you have opportunities.
Well, the ball is going to be on the 35-yard line for Bishop McDevitt. Cedar Cliff looking to get a stop this time. 6 possessions, 3 of the 6, 50% score ratio for McDevitt. Davis left. He'll get, let's call it 3. McDonald come up to make the tackle for Cedar Cliff. Let's make it 4. The ball will be spotted on the 34 for McDevitt.
And for the most part, that Cedar Cliff defense has done a really good job against the run. They want to keep that going.
Becker and Adams will be split left. Davis left side crossing the 40-yard line, standing on his feet. And I like the white shirts on blue shirts tonight. There's plenty of hitting, as Archie Smith mentioned earlier.
And again, good defense. Brestow comes up. Solid defensive effort. Brings up a 3rd, but it's a 3rd and short for Bishop McDevitt. Let's see if this Cedar Cliff defense can do it again.
So Luskin, Knoll, McDonald, Resto, and Lance have been big keys tonight for that defense. Not to mention Donovan Ball and the linebacking core have been very busy. Whalen back floating as a free safety for Cedar Cliff. So you see a lot of these guys playing both ways. Now that last touchdown by Cedar Cliff, like I said, was set up by an interception by Lentz. They're one-on-one on the outside, and I know Dill sees this and spots it. He's going to throw Adams' side across the 50. Lentz gives him plenty of room, and he'll cross to the 46-yard line. And you know, you saw that all the way Dill was looking at right side to Adams, that he was going to go over as Lentz was on the matchup. And Lentz gave him a lot of room there, Jerome.
Yeah, I think at this point, because of the talent on the outside for Bishop McDevitt, you're going to see the Cedar Cliff defensive backs give some room and hopefully see if they can get that defensive line and linebackers to get to Deal. So give them room, make the tackle. That's what you have to do. That's the key component. If you're going to give guys room, you have to come up and make the play.
Adams out to Becker, and Becker makes moves and gets around people so easily. He makes it look easy. Gosh, he's quick. Brady Ebersol will come down and make the tackle.
And that's the problem. If you don't make the play and the tackle, then all of a sudden you get these guys on the outside upfield, and they get upfield very fast for Bishop McDevitt.
That time for Bishop McDevitt from Deal to Becker, and well done and a good fake, as you said, Art, by Chase Deal. Little play action.
So pick up a 14 for Becker, Dill to Becker.
Becker gets that initial defender to miss, and able to pick up 14.
Diggs will go left side.
And there's your boy, Donovan Ball.
Coming up making that tackle
5'10",
again.
205-pound junior middle linebacker. You know, he's making his he's doing his thing right now.
He's 10-plus tackles already. just in the first half. And no pickup there. 5th play of this drive for McDevitt. Dill with some time. Nope, pressure. Steps up, moves out left side, and to be drugged. He dumped it off and got it off.
And that was a heads-up play by Dill. Able to look downfield and deliver a good ball. And I think it was Myers able to come up, Tate Myers, able to make that play. Dill, I mean, the pressure's there. Once again, Cedar Cliff is getting where they need to get to. Ball comes up and brings it, and they get it to Myers. So not a loss or a sack, which it could have been.
Well, there's a timeout on the field. We'll be back with more after this message.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Welcome back. Ball on the 26-yard line to be 2nd down and, well, 3rd down for McDevitt. 3rd and let's call it 5. 3 receivers, 4 total, 3 to the right side. Dill pumping the right side. He's going to set up the screen left side, and there's plenty of room for Adams. Adams crosses the 10, and he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Bishop McDevitt. A very effective drive, 6-play drive from 26 out. My goodness, set it up beautifully, perfect. What a great play call. Dill to Adams.
And again, a nice little screen play. Adams, he gets some guys downfield.
Yeah.
You know, you have guys all over the place as far as your offensive line downfield, and that speed's able to get them.
Boy, they find effective ways to get their speedsters to the ball, and that's why they're up 27-14 right now. Point after. It's up, it's good. It's 27-14 here on the Keystone matchup. One more look at it. Screen set up, very effective, great play call. Dill to Davis. Davis finds the touchdown.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, McDevitt takes the lead on a Dill screen to Davis. Davis takes it 27-6 out, and man, beautiful play. I've seen some great play calls both sides, but I must compliment the offensive coordinator on McDevitt's side.
Well, they extend the lead. I mean, they had the lead by a touchdown, but now, you know, they are able to keep it going in 27-14. So they're taking control of this game again, and let's see, can Cedar Cliff come back?
That was Dill was 4 for 5 for 58 on that drive, and man, I tell you what, that was an absolute. They've had some picture-perfect drives. They've had 6 possessions. They've scored on 4 of the 6 tonight. Wellen crossing the 35, putting his head down. Oh, no, that's not Wellen. I apologize. They run so much alike. That's Nicky Arnovic. He looks so similar when they run the ball. So this 5th possession of this half for Cedar Cliff. All right, Colts with an opportunity now. You got to score a lot of points in this matchup. We've been finding out. I mean, year after year.
Absolutely.
You could be up a couple touchdowns. It just doesn't matter. There's Dubas left side, and he'll be wrestled down. Coming up, making that tackle. I just feel like this defense tonight. There's a new possession, new fire in McDevitt's belly tonight. Dre Donnelly coming up to make the tackle.
Yeah, Donnelly just having a field day today right now. I mean, you have both actually linebackers on both sides because we have Donovan Ball on one side and you have Donnelly on the other. Both linebackers are controlling this game and doing an amazing job.
If you're watching this game, there's two linebackers right there that are definitely playing at the next level. Quick pitch, and man, Whalen running across the 40-yard line, and I tell you what, Dare took a shot. So it's third. He picked up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Cedar Cliff.
And I have a couple updates. One of the scores, Cumberland Valley against Central Dauphin. Central Dauphin up 13-7 on Cumberland Valley right now. We know that's going to be a dogfight.
It always is.
Over there. I mean, that's
always
a big game. And we've called several of those. Remember the 7 overtime game that we called a couple years ago between, I think it was 2015, between Cumberland Valley and Central Dauphin. So we've called some big ones.
Dubas running hard across the 45, 30, 45, 46-yard line, call it. And they're going to be short. It'll be 4th down. Short by about a yard. I think they're just letting time run off the clock here.
And again, you don't want to cause another turnover. It's 4th down. I mean, you'll see what Cedar Cliff will do. And I think they'll take it into the half, down 28-14.
They're letting it count down. The officials are counting down. Jim Burnos, they're letting them know the time as they march down off the field. And that's going to be halftime, 28-14. And coming up at half, Charlie Fortney had an opportunity to sit down and talk with our OSS Health interview with Dr. King on injuries and knee injuries for females. That's coming up. Also, we have an interview. I had an opportunity in the first half to talk with Gerald Jarman of 3-Star. We'll have our Highmark halftime report, our advanced hoop stats, Capital Region inserts, agency halftime stats, all coming up at halftime. But let's go to Charlie Fortney now. Stay tuned with Dr. King.
I'm privileged today to be with Dr. Scott King from OSS Health. Today we're going to talk about why female athletes are more prone to ACL tears and ACL injuries. Dr. Scott, in these offices right here, you see these injuries all the time. Why do you think the female athlete is more prone to these kind of injuries?
So ACL injury is an injury to the ligament in the middle of the knee. It's your main stabilizer, or one of the main stabilizers in your knee. The female, or young females especially, are more prone to ACL injuries for multiple reasons. One reason is overall they're more flexible and they have more laxity to their joints, which makes them more susceptible to injuring their knee. The overall alignment of their lower extremities puts them at an increased risk. And then generally females have less strength, or their muscle strength in their legs might be lower or less than a male counterpart.
Now, I'm a dad. I have 3 daughters. One's done playing sports. She survived without having an ACL injury, but I have 2 younger daughters. What can I do? What can you recommend as a parent, or even the girls as athletes do to help prevent the possibility of these kind of injuries?
It is very scary because if you look at a male and female, same sport, females can have an 8 times more risk of sustaining an ACL injury. So there are things that you can do to lower your risk. Maybe not necessarily prevent it, but you can certainly lower your risk. And those are strengthening and stretching exercises, a lot of core strengthening exercises, and then strengthening exercises focusing on the muscles in the back of the legs, like the buttock regions and the back of the thighs and your hamstrings. Also doing training on how you land and how you pivot, because all of that can be corrected and improved on, and that can certainly lower your risk.
What about the activity? I noticed today kids are not just in one sport at a time. They're going from travel soccer to AAU basketball practice, and then they're getting some softball hitting in between. Is the activity load too much? Is that contributing at all, do you think?
It can, because if you have fatigue, in your muscles and you're doing, some kids will do like a soccer tournament one day and then they have basketball game at night, and so that kind of load can put you at an increased risk because then your muscles weaken or they fatigue over time, and that puts more strain on your ligaments. So it can put you at more susceptible, it can make you more susceptible to an injury.
Dr. King, thank you for the advice. It helps parents like me. Guys, this is our OSS Health tip of the game.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999? Only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at HoffmanFord.com.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Well, welcome back to our Highmark Halftime Report. Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley. I think when you look inside numbers, one of the things, 4 out of 6 possessions that McDevitt had has resulted in a score. Now, Cedar Cliff has had it 6 times. They scored twice, but McDevitt's come up and made some plays defensively, I think, that has really stopped the momentum. Jerome, you want to talk about that? Defensive effort, not just offensive effort out of McDevitt.
Yeah, I think what you saw was 2 drives that Cedar Cliff were able to have that put points on the board, and they were both a result off of turnovers for the most part. So McDevitt's defense has been able to stop this Cedar Cliff offense pretty well. But Cedar Cliff is still in the game, so they can continue to do, like we said, they can continue to do what their game plan has them do, but they can't get too far. If they get too far, then it becomes a passing game, and it's a totally different game at that point.
And Arch, I think that Dill looked at a lot early first half action. He saw Burnett, his fast, shifty receiver, and he saw one-on-one advantage. He took advantage on Lentz's side. Whalen's on the helps with the safety, but they utilized in the first half on that one-on-one single coverage.
Well, what they're doing is they're taking Whalen, and Whalen is over tonight's number 6, which is their most electric player. So what you do is you give your linebacker a little help by stacking that safety over there, and you depend on your backside corner to have leverage on that coverage. Well, McDevitt is exploiting that matchup right now, and he's making big plays. And as you can see on one of the little quick plays, which turned to a 48-yard play, the defense is now starting to play off, and that's why McDevitt are starting to hit those little quick passes.
Well, inside the Capital Region Insurance Agency stats numbers, Burnett was 3 receptions for 100 yards and a TD. Deal was 11 for 15 for 210. Now, he had 1 pick and 1 fumble, but he's thrown for 2 touchdowns. I think that's big numbers when you go over in the Becker has 5 receptions for 82. But over on the other side, Davis, 5 carries for 15 yards. Whalen has not been active. I think that's the big stat when you talk about Cedar Cliff coming in. Both you guys mentioned, you got to find ways to get Bobby Whalen the ball. They try to utilize speed on that left side, and I just don't know that Whalen was quick enough on those corners to beat him.
Well, they're trying to get the ball to Whalen, especially in the second quarter. You saw them try to get the ball intentionally to him. The problem is Bishop McDevitt did a good job defensively, and they're tackling well. So, again, Whalen, I would like to see him try to get the ball more downfield if they can, because, again, we've seen when the quarterback has protection, he can throw the ball. He can chuck it around. So, you have 2 decent quarterbacks on both sides. And, again, Whalen is a really good talent for them. They want to get the ball to him. He's not playing quarterback. He's back to that traditional role. You even see them run the ball with him. So they're trying to get the ball to him.
Well, guys, let's go to our Advanced Hoops first half action and highlights. Early on, first 3 possessions for Bishop McDevitt resulted in touchdowns. You see this. The give, Harrigan, the big fullback, ran hard and pushed from 3 out. And one more time you see him. He didn't carry much, but when Harrigan gets into the goal line, he's their package they like to look at. But this right here, beautiful ball thrown. Field to Burnett.
That's the best ball of the game.
And that ball right there was on the money, Archie Smith Jr. Look at the spiral.
Guys, over the shoulder, receiver, make the play, get the 7.
And then come back. They needed an opportunity to score. Play action. Dare went to Lentz. Dare and Lentz will hook up twice. Play action pass, great call. Pulls everybody. Lentz in the corner, and he beats the safety, Larson. And then right back at you in the third possession, C.J. Diggs was not going to be denied there. Donovan Ball come up, who had a lot of tackles in the first half for Cedar Cliff, came up to make the tackle. Nothing here. Beautiful play right here. Avoiding the opportunity to really probably be down by a lot. Donovan Ball comes up and makes a big play for Cedar Cliff. And right here, Dare goes to Lentz for a second touchdown, 11 out. But look at this right here. You talk about going after it, letting your receiver make a play. Lynch makes a play, and that touchdown was set up by an interception by him. There's a pump fake right here. I like this play for Bishop McDevitt, drawn on the screen left side. And, man, when you get a guy like that. Now, Archie, he's also a playmaker. McDevitt has playmakers.
Watch this block come in the middle right here.
Block that sets this up, but a push in. Touchdown is 28-14. We'll have more coming right up at halftime on our Highmark Halftime Report after these messages.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Well, in the first half, welcome back to our Highmark Halftime Report. In the first half, I had an opportunity to interview Jared Jarman of the 3-Star program, and Jared Jarman's doing great things around Harrisburg, and the 3-Star program is setting up. But this is my interview with Jared Jarman. Hi, I'm here with Gerald Jarman of the 3-Star program. The 3-Star program has continually been giving back to youth throughout our area in Harrisburg. But Gerald, you've got a lot of exciting things coming up on the horizon. I mean, you're combining operations with more people now, and you're getting bigger names to come in as well that have really experienced, especially guys from Cedar Cliff, former players as well that you're real excited about. But Gerald, first of all, maybe just a little kickoff to what you're doing with 3-Star and really what the 3-Star program is.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say we want to thank all of our sponsors. The sponsors are the ones who, make it possible. So we're excited this year. Obviously, 3-Star and everybody, as all our viewers know, we're really planted and secure on the East Shore with our program and partner with the Boys and Girls Club, John Harris, Nativity School, just different schools, different organizations on the East Shore. Now we're excited because we're partnering with Meddards House, who's on the West Shore. So now 3-Star is actually extending its reach, and now we're on this side. So Meddards House has the similar vision. It's the executive director is Sandra Colello, which is Charlie's sister, and she's done a tremendous job. The past several years, she has a heart to reach the youth, and so now we're combining our efforts here on the West Shore, and we're just excited. We're excited to impact youth wherever they are. Yeah.
When you talk about youth, I mean, I've seen your program and know inside program information in terms of just the difference that you're making and trying to make in the youth's life. And it takes mentoring, coming together, partnership, but more importantly, the word time. Yeah. Time cannot be put in numbers, can it not? No. And I know as you're coming up and combining with the West Shore, one gentleman that played here, Mr. Kyle Brady, is going to get involved. You want to talk a little bit about, an upcoming event in which he will be speaking?
Yeah. Coming up here soon, we have Kyle Brady, former Cedar Cliff High School standout, as well as Penn State graduate and NFL, former player at the NFL level. We're having a breakfast of champions for potential donors and sponsors on Saturday, October 21st. It will be held at Meddards House, and this is a great opportunity for him to, to share his story, how Bob Craig impacted his life, who was a mentor, who's now the founder of Bob Craig Foundation. So it's going to be a great time just to hear him speak, come back to his neck of the woods, and just impact the youth in this area.
Well, as the viewers are watching, if they want to find out more about the 3-Star program, where is the best place to go?
The best place to go is they can go to meddardshouse.org, or they can reach me directly at 717-350-3282.
That's Gerald Jarman of the 3-Star program, and it's always so good to be around you. We haven't got you to call some games in a while in the basketball world, but Gerald Jarman and the 3-Star program, a lot of good information helping. And as we said, it takes time, it takes effort. Look at their events coming up and find a way to be part of 3-Star.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites, only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law, but more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned.
No
If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Well, welcome back. Second half set to start. And Cedar Cliff will have the ball to second half down 28-14. Cedar Cliff first half, 6 possessions, 2 scores, 2 punts, 1 loss of down, and then time ran out on them at half. But Bishop McDevitt have scored on 4 of 6 possessions. And we'll see Cedar Cliff with the ball. This is a great opportunity, great time to have the ball back. This Keystone matchup tonight. Cedar Cliff came in 2-2. McDevitt 3-2. They played at that new week 0, which still throws me off to this day, Drum, that we have a week 0. We start early, early pre games. As teams have the opportunity to elude scrimmage and go play a game, which I kind of like in some ways. Some ways,
you get a bye week,
and then you get a bye week. So McDevitt's 3-2 coming in this Keystone, undefeated in the Keystone. Cedar Cliff was undefeated coming in. We've got a lot of great matchups around the area in the Keystone Division.
Yeah, I mean, getting that bye week works, and the best case scenario would be to get it right around that midpoint of the season or right before your playoff run. You know what I mean? Where you have an opportunity, because we know Coach Wechter talked about the injuries that he's had, and teams across the state everywhere. I mean, matter of fact, anywhere that's playing football, you're dealing with injuries now. You're in that 4th week of football. 5th week of football, there are injuries now. So you want to get guys healthy and back so you can make that run for the playoffs.
Janovic will receive Bonner's punt. Janovic cutting back across the 20, 23, call it. Janovic. He'll be just short of the 24-yard line, and they'll have their first possession the second half. Cedar Cliff will. We'll see if Dubas and Darren Dubas and company will get going. They'll see what this play call will be. I mean, you ever take an opportunity to look at maybe a Bobby Whalen coming in and quick pitch to him, and then maybe a quarterback? He might make a halfback option pass, something like that. I wonder if you ever see anything.
I think right now, you want to see some shots downfield, but again, establishing that running game is very important.
Give Dubas, right side Dubas picking up. He'll go. He picked up 6 actually. That's a big pickup for Dubas. That's what you want to see if you're a Cedar Cliff fan.
Well, the interior of that offensive line moving, and their strength is going to be speed. These guys being able to move, those guards, and being able to pull and get the guys going north-south in the run game, and that's what you're seeing with Dubas. Dubas going straight ahead and getting good yardage, 8 yards on the first, or 7 yards on the first carry.
Dubas left side bouncing. Boy, man, he's set to run here in the second half. The motivational speech is working.
And again, Todd, when you have this kind of offense, you get a good look at that offensive line. Timeout, official timeout, but when you get this kind of running game going, it makes the play action game so much more effective because you get that hesitation from those linebackers and from those defensive backs. All it takes is a split second and bam, they're behind you. So, you keep running the ball and you keep making it, as you do it more and more, that defense sucks up further and further and further, and then you can go behind them.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Cliff. Dubas again. It's been all big medicine. Dubas crossing the 50-yard line. Man, he's running with a serious mindset
But
now.
again, look at the offensive line. Look at what they're doing. I mean, look at the holes he's running through. I mean, these guys are doing a good job. Yep. And look at those guys. These aren't the biggest guys in the world on that offensive line. You get a good look at it. Look at these guys getting downfield. Big number 72. That's Dalton Reynolds, 6 foot, 285 pounds. So he's a big guy up there moving people.
Julian Jordan come up to make a tackle. Dubas crossed the 50-yard line, crossed the 45.
I mean, this is a great start. If you're Cedar Cliff, this is a great start to be able to assert your will like this in the run game against this McDevitt defense. And again, and Archie knows, you go in halftime and you start adjusting. You figure out what the guy across from you is doing in that locker room, and then you're able to make adjustments. And it seems like Cedar Cliff has done that.
Well, Dubas picked up 8, ball on the 42-yard line for Cedar Cliff, down 28-14, looking to score here to start the second half. Dubas right side busting out, crossing the 40-yard, cutting a nip, still on his feet. Man, second effort running Dubas 5 straight plays, 5 straight Dubas carries.
And he's averaging like 8-9 yards a pop every time he touches it. So got to give him a breather. And whoever comes in after him has to be able to do the exact same thing. They got to come in and keep it going.
Well, they missed tackles. James Lawson missed wrapping him, had an opportunity to catch him, and you got to put your arms around Dubas.
And let's see, we got a substitution. Let's see if the guy that they sub in can do the same thing. And I think we got Quigley. And Quigley, we've seen Quigley run a little bit today too.
Quigley along with Malone, Caden Malone also in there. Play action. They love to do this.
Beautiful.
Rolling the ball. Ball across the 30-yard line. The big linebacker getting an opportunity. Ball be knocked out of bounds across the 18-yard line. Nice play action. That's what sets it up. Dare to ball.
And that's what you get. Play action, same action. This time, put it in the gut of the running back, pull it out, deliver a ball downfield. Good execution by this offense.
Well, the ball be on the 20-yard line. Say it was knocked out, marked out at the 20. Move change, another first down. 7 possession left side. Wow, running hard is Quigley.
Wow. This is impressive from this Cedar Cliff offense.
They're running hard.
Running hard. And Quigley comes in and does the exact same thing.
Quigley pick up 8 yards. So
I think this drive, they've been averaging 8-9 a pop.
1 pass play out of the 8, 7 runs in this possession. Ball, motion. Quigley, not this time. No, McDevitt says no, we're going to be a little bit more stingier on this. Coming up to make the tackles, Justin Piper, the sophomore's in there now, getting some time in the second half.
And there's no need to abandon it. There's no need to abandon the running game just because out of how many times you ran it, they stopped you once. You don't abandon that. You keep it going. Use that play action. Use that offense. Use that offensive line. Linemen love run blocking when they're doing it effectively and it's working. They love to put a hat on a hat and move people, and you see those guys up front doing just that.
So Dubas no gain, 9th play of this possession. Ball doing half motion. Play action. End zone, Lentz. They go to Lentz this time. No, McDevitt's going to read it. And this time I'd say Julian Jordan makes a great play on it. He knew it was coming. I mean, they've seen it all night. That's incomplete. Dare to Lentz.
So it brings up a 4th down and short, too. I mean, you figure they were going for the touchdown here. Well defensed by number 26, Julian Jordan. Good play defensively. He got that back from what happened in the first half where he let up a touchdown, not getting his head around. So there he makes a good play.
Well, 10th play of this drive. Ball on the 13. It'll be a 4th down. They'll go to Whalen. Whalen, I don't know. I don't know if he got it.
I don't think he got it.
Boy, if not, McDevitt's going to take over on downs again. Tate Myers came up and made a nice play. Archie Smith, you're down there. Did they get it? No.
No, they did not, guys. I was kind of hoping, and that Cedar Cliff was going to stay with the run because they're actually getting a good push up front. But when you have those linebackers that McDevitt had, these guys are gap control defense. They're shooting those gaps, and they're coming up real quick.
Well, 10-play drive results into a loss of turnover on downs, and McDevitt will have the ball. What a big, big stop.
Yeah, I mean, all for naught. I mean, that was such an impressive drive.
10-play drive.
And to not come away with any points is definitely disappointing for that Cedar Cliff team.
C.J. Diggs.
Congratulations to Yolanda, winner of our 50-50 ticket.
28-14. Again, we do not have the clock working here at West Shore Stadium, so we're going to keep you posted as much as we can. Archie's trying to, again, talk with referees between stops to see what the time is. C.J. Diggs on the left side again. He'll get another 2. That'll move the chains to be first down. He had 8 on the first and picked up another 2. First down, McDevitt. Their first possession. Third play of this possession.
That number's 972. 646. 972, 646.
Well, Burnett over here with Lynch, I don't know if Deal will look at it, but now they give us CJ nothing. Actually, there will be nothing on that carry.
Good
Looked
job
like
on
Quigley
the
come up
defense.
to make a tackle.
Ball and Quigley with the stop for
So no gain for Diggs on that play.
And again, you know, Bishop McDevitt, you know, we know that they can score quickly. You know, you see that methodical running drive by Cedar Cliff, and then they're not able to punch it in, and McDevitt has the ball, and you know they can be like firecrackers back there 1 minute, and you got a guy hitting for 60 yards. So, you know, Cedar Cliff has to be very disciplined defensively.
All bouncing outside, across the 30-yard line, making a nice move. I tell you, he's a really shifty back, Gleek Davis. Gleek Davis made more out of that than possible. Ball coming up and Whalen making the tackle.
We got a flag down, though.
There'll be a flag on the play.
Holding against the Crusaders.
And that'll come back, a holding penalty against Bishop McDevitt, which would negate that gain. So Cedar Cliff will get a break there.
You see this shifty move, just looking, just trying to find something, just constantly eyes open, ready to do something, but we had a hold. And he's hard to bring down.
Second down and 12.
So it'll be second 12 for McDevitt. Three receivers left side, and Dill. Cedar Cliff defended that very well. Coming up and making that play is Bobby Ebersol. Ebersol's been picked on a little bit here on that side. Adams was on the reception. He picked up 9.
And definitely a good defensive play. Again, if you're going to give up some space, you have to come up and make the play defensively and make a good solid tackle on these big receivers for Bishop McDevitt.
972, 646. That's you.
Shotgun formation for Chase Dill. Chase gets that one off. That was a dangerous pass out there. Ebersol probably could have picked that if he saw it coming. And Nazir Burnett, who's a little bit, he's 3 for 100 yards. He's been a little quiet. He has 108 yards on 4 catches. But if Burnett breaks that Ebersol, he's down the sideline. He might be gone.
Oh, I know. And, you know, Ebersol gets there, tries to make a good play, but he's able to make the tackle. So you close on the ball, try to make a play on the ball. But if you know you can't get the ball, you got to make sure that ball carrier goes down. So, again, Cedar Cliff is still they were still in that single high safety. Now they're going to go to a 2 safety back, which usually means there's a cover 2. Look.
Left side, Dill had to keep it himself. 8 play possessions on this drive. Dill was just had to get out of bounds. I think he was managing the game.
And I like the defensive play call there. Mix it up a little bit. You've been going single high, man to man. Now you go two safeties and go a little bit of zone and have those corners play a little bit up. That kind of takes away that first read. So you saw Dill looking for the quick pass. Hey, he sees Cedar Cliff defenders right up in his face, or right up in the face of the receiver. So he has to tuck it and run.
Just a good game decision out of Dill. Dill over to Becker. Becker across the 40 to 50. There's no one in front of him, and you know what happens. Boy, a shoestring tackle, saving a touchdown for sure. Wellen coming up to make the tackle. I mean, when you get Becker out one-on-one, Archie Smith Jr., you could talk about it. Becker makes things happen in the open field. He's extra ball carrier from the receiver position.
Having a dynamic player like that, guys. He is everywhere on the field. As you can see, I'm headed up to this student section. These guys are ready to get live.
We'll come back live with R.G. Smith Jr. on the Giants student section here. He's over there, and he's getting the crowd fired up, so we'll go back to him at the Giants student section in a second or two here.
Well, we had Diggs run a really, really good game, running back, very hard running, and you see this Bishop McDevitt offense is exerting their will now.
All right, let's go to Archie Smith in a Giants student section He's over there with the stands. You can see him. He's getting the guys all fired up. And that's our Giant student section. Look at Archie jumping with him, boy. I tell you what, I know what that's like. I've been in those sections before. Gets a little crazy. And Archie's holding his own, Jerome.
He's having the ball down there, man, and that's what it's all about. Get those kids ready to roll.
Diggs has 6 carries already. That's 10 play possession. The 10th play of this possession, excuse me. Ball be on the 26, Cedar Cliff. And man, I don't know. I don't know how much damage you can continue to give up if McDevitt's able to convert.
4 minutes remaining in this quarter.
So we got 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Jet sweep to Becker. Becker nowhere to be found and wrestled down. But I think it's going to be a horse collar, though.
This may be.
If you look at it, Justin Resto came up to make the tackle, and I might be a horse collar. Let's take a look at it again. So Becker on the jet sweep, and just gets. I don't know. I mean, well, yes, yeah, he got back. He got back. Diggs has 6 carries for 36 yards on this possession. Becker there is struck down and. So they're going to call holding on McDevitt. So McDevitt's also surprised, as we are here in the booth.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But that was holding.
Sir, please return the envelope.
Everybody looks a little bit confused on this one. We thought a horse collar maybe would be the call. But Mr. Tom Dunleavy says, nope, it's holding on McDevitt. So that'll back McDevitt up. The ball's now on the 41-yard line. 11th play of this possession.
Oh, good.
Goes to Davis on the screen. Great open field tackle by Cedar Cliff of course, Donovan Ball.
And that's Ball, man. Though. You know, that kid has been all over the place. I mean, because this could have been a big play. Look at this. Screen is set up. Ball comes up, makes the tackle. You know what he could do.
You had 5 white jerseys there on the side, and you only had Lentz, and it looked like Wellen. I mean, that was set up for a touchdown for sure. 35, the ball will be on the 35-yard line. 12th play of this drive for McDevitt. Deal with time, and oh my goodness, look at that ball. Throws, it's beautiful, and it's caught on the left side and actually ran out of bounds as Ebersol runs him out of the balance. And Burnett he's just a big player. You forget about him. He almost lulls him into sleep, and Dill comes up and makes a beautiful play.
Well, I can tell you what, Eversol's not forgetting about him. And I think it's just one of those situations where this is a hard matchup for Eversol, and he can't get over there. Burnett is just having a field day over there.
And that was a 22-yard pickup. .22-yard hookup. Ball on the 4. They went big old power formation, old school look. And had a touchdown earlier. They wanted to go to Justin Harrigan. They like to put him up in that goal line package. Harrigan, he didn't pick up, no gain there. 13th play of this drive.
And again, a score here for Cedar Cliff would be so damaging, or for Bishop McDevitt would be damaging, especially a touchdown for Cedar Cliff. Again, they'll have to abandon probably what they're doing because they chewed up so much clock on that first drive of the third quarter. We're pretty much at the end of the third quarter already.
Davis, look at the momentum he had going, and Yannick comes up to make the tackle. 14-play drive here. I mean, they have really taken the time off the clock here in the third quarter. When you get these types of drives and you're down 2 touchdowns, it is knocking on the door again. CJ Diggs left side, and boy, defended really well by Cedar Cliff. Big stop, Donovan Ball coming up, Quigley coming up to make the tackle. Ebersol helping out.
And that's what you need for Cedar Cliff. You need these guys coming up making plays, and you have an injury down. Looks like Whalen is down on the ground or on the turf. And we'll see if he's okay.
Well, there'll be 15 plays. It'll be a timeout. Looks like Whelan's really hurting. We'll take a break too here on ABC 27.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Players from all over the state of Pennsylvania will be trying out for the Team Pennsylvania Advanced Hoops boys and girls AAU teams. Advanced Hoops is the leader in the AAU basketball in Central PA. Tryouts for spring are October 28th and November 5th. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Deals 4 for 50 in this possession. And he's going to roll out left side, got out of it somehow and finds a way. Touchdown! Bishop McDevitt, is he in? They say he's not.
They're going to say he
didn't have control and bobbled the ball.
Pass is incomplete.
And that was Troy Voddick, right?
All right, Todd, let's talk about this defensive stand real quick. I mean, this was huge for Cedar Cliff. This was huge. They get the pressure. They flush Dill out the pocket. Dill delivers a ball, and it looks like this should be a touchdown. However, he does not have possession.
He didn't have possession while he was in.
And then he goes out of bounds. Defense holds. They're still in this game.
So took over on downs. 15-play possession. Results in nothing for McDevitt. Boy, that's Malone.
Stopped by Davis. That'll be a call. First down.
They get a man in motion. You get the play action. The running game was successful in the last drive. Get that play action going. Hit the short guy. You have two. That's a dual play route where you have a long receiver, a receiver on a long route, and a receiver on a short route on the play action. Hit the short route guy. He's wide open. He can pick up about 20 yards, and that's exactly what happens. Good play call for Cedar Cliff.
Well, Cedar Cliff feeling really good about that stop. Late in the third quarter here. Clock here at West Shore is not working. Quick pitch to Whalen. Whalen over the 30, 35, puts his head down.
Whalen with the carry.
And Julian Jordan come up to make the tackle.
And again, creative ways to get Whalen the ball. But Cedar Cliff is going against the clock now. They're down two scores. Not being able to put that ball in the end zone in the last drive was very, very difficult. So now they have to figure out how they can score and score quickly.
I'm sure Coach Gillian of Cedar Cliff is really happy with that stop. Jeff Rector probably thought that would put the nail in the coffin on the McDevitt side. Maybe Dubas on the carry on the right side.
Remaining in the quarter.
Barnes coming up to make the tackle.
And that's not a bad run. That sets up that play action. You keep running the ball if you can. But again, Cedar Cliff's going against the clock now because we're almost done wrapping up this third quarter, I believe.
Give left side to Dubas. Dubas not much there. He was met by the whole right side of that defensive line. Left side, that's Kalik Davis on the tackle.
Donnelly with the stop. Gain of 3 on the play. They'll bring up third down.
Got 3. Dubas got 3. Well,
that's the end.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll have more on ABC 27 after these messages.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Please join Medard's House and Kyle Brady on Saturday, October 24th. First, for a Breakfast of Champions, learn how Medard's House is making a difference in the West Shore community. Email medardhouse@gmail.com to RSVP. Registration closes October 16th. Left side to Whalen. Whalen across the 50 and move the chains.
And again, Whalen getting the ball every way they can to him, and he has shown he can do it. And again, I think he's done with the quarterback position this year. I mean, I think he's going to be doing other things. He's back to that slot receiver role, that running back role, that outside receiver role, and trying to get the ball to him any way they can.
And I think that's the normal role we've seen him in, and probably the role he's probably the most comfortable in. Big stop earlier, if you're just tuning in, by Cedar Cliff, down 28-14, and McDevitt was knocking Dubas right side. 6 plays in this possession. McDevitt had a 15-play possession, got the ball to 3. Cedar Cliff 3, and Cedar Cliff took over with a stop, took over on downs. That's a +7 for Dubas.
We're seeing Dubas is starting to really have open up this game a little bit from the running back position.
Ball's in motion. There, I think there's jumping on the right side. It was clearly on the right side.
Yeah, I think they're going to get number 57, Driscoll, 6'1", 248-pounder from the outside. They may get him moving a little bit. But it only brings up 2nd down, and still 2nd down and about 8. Still manageable.
2nd and 8 for Cedar Cliff here in the 4th quarter. Remember, the clock is not working at the West Shore Stadium. We'll keep you posted on the time. Shotgun formation, trips to the left and dual receivers to the right. Reynolds goes in motion. Reynolds will be tripped up, thrown down.
Reynolds is complete.
As Lawson comes up and makes the play.
Lawson, it looked like something just sparked in Lawson, and he just got a little bit mad and didn't want to let anything happen. You see Reynolds, Lawson comes up strong. Fundamental just picks him up and puts him down. Diggs on that last 15 possessions. He had 8 for 34 there. Deal was 5 for 5 for 40, excuse me, and Burnett was 2 for 39. That was just quite the drive, but didn't result in anything.
Oh, beautiful play.
Well, it's set up perfectly. Cross the 40, well and down the 30. He's going to make one move at the 20, stay on his feet, cross the 10-yard line, and be ripped down at the 5. And coming up to make the tackle. Beautiful play. Go ahead, Drew.
No, sorry about that. That was a beautiful play. I mean, it was a good setup. You get the flow going left, and then you throw it back right. And again, we are seeing Whalen get in the game. You see him set up as a running back, and he slips out into the right flat, and they're able to get the ball to him, and he gets upfield. Really good game.
Archie Smith Jr., just what the doctor ordered.
Like, I'm piggybacking off what Jerome said. That was an excellent call at the excellent time, guys.
Dubas up the middle. Dubas is not going to be denied. Touchdown, Cedar Cliff. Archie, they're back on the board, 28-20. How about the stop on defense? 15 possessions. McDevitt drove the ball all the way down to their 2, and they held, came back and scored.
Well, guys, if you can hear the Cedar Cliff coaches over here, they're telling these guys as they're coming off the field, hey, guys, keep it up. We're going to be all right. Hey, we're going to be all right. And the players believe that. They rally behind these coaches, and you see we got right now, guys, a dog fight to the end.
9-play drive, resulting in a Dubas touchdown. Point after, Beecham up, and it's good. 28-20, don't go anywhere. We've been talking about this one night in, night out. This is always something special. Cedar Cliff, Bishop McDevitt. More to come back on ABC 27. Tonino's Pizza West, located on Wartsville Road connected to the Giant in the Hampton Marketplace Plaza, is the official food provider for the Invicta production crew. Stop in and enjoy Tonino's famous margarita pizza and homemade sub rolls.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Well, we got the Cedar Cliff cheerleaders, and they're very happy to be able to do 21 push-ups because that means their team's on the board scoring. Always appreciated the young ladies doing this again.
Becker and Getters back deep for the Crusaders. Markstrom.
You know what? Honestly, Jerome, when you got on me a few years back about doing push-ups, I started toning up a little bit, but unfortunately the pretzel I ate tonight, the fact that I'm not doing push-ups, and that did not last at all. But we're going to get back to it, Drum, so don't you worry. Healthy living is the right way. Flags are down on the play. The return is Aaron Gathers. And whistles will stop the clock. 10:05 to play here in the fourth quarter, and I'm probably going definitely against Cedar Cliff. Or, I'm sorry, McDevitt, excuse me.
And I got some scores from around the mid-state. Susquehanna Township 40, Mechanicsburg 7, State
47.
College 35, Carlisle 7, Greencastle Antrim 21, Mifflin County 10, Waynesboro 17, Northern York 13, Trinity 28, Middletown 35, a good game there. Lower Dauphin 21-9 over Redland, and Central Dauphin 20, Cumberland Valley 14 in a very, very highly contested game.
We got some great, absolute great games around the mid-state. Hey, today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealership, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Boy, big pickup. CJ Ray's Diggs had a pickup of 25, but he's going to roll around. He's hurt. That'll stop the clock.
I think he's cramping up. You can see the muscle. You can see it.
And he's going to get help really quick by Burnett. Burnett's going to come over and serve. Now take a look at this. Boy, what a hole. He ran through the hole, found the hole, and Ebersol had to drag him down, and he was hit by ball top high.
Then he starts getting up, and then all of a sudden,
right there, Bannett locked right up on him. Burnett's going to come over and help him out, and Burnett acts really fast to get him back in the ball game. So you don't want to see Ray's dig. That was a big pickup for McDevitt.
Nice hand for Mr. Diggs.
Under 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Again, we'll keep you posted, and Archie Smith Jr. is doing a great job keeping us posted on time down from the field. About 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, we got a good one. Don't go anywhere. This has been what it is every year. If you walk away to get some potato chips, you might come back. There'll be another touchdown on the board here at the West Shore. Speaking of potato chips, I've given them up.
No, you didn't.
Where's my faith at? My goodness.
You got some Middlesworth sitting up here somewhere.
Davis, right side. Presley being himself here on ABC 27. What can I do? I need some help. I need support.
You did not.
I can't look as good as Archie Smith Jr. You guys. I'm trying, though. Archie, you know, healthy living is important. You tell kids that all the time, don't you, number one?
Get some barbecue chips somewhere around here.
And one thing I learned, man, I added to my diet is those those tater chips, man. I take my family son back to Alabama, man. Everybody, when I come home, they was like, hey, bring me a bag of them Middleworths.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Shotgun formation. Deal. On the left side, Dill's showing us some stuff with his feet tonight. Archie, I mean, Dill's starting to, his game, it's just a different kid now, right now.
Guys, he's not trying to run out of bounds. He's not trying to throw the ball away at anything. He is trying to gain extra yards. And as a offensive lineman, as a running back, as a receiver, when you see your quarterback giving it all out like that, you match him with that intensity.
Well, we'll have a player down on the field. It's a Cedar Cliff player. We'll take a break on ABC 27 and be back with more on this on our telecast.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Well, welcome back. Coming right up, we'll have our giant post-game, also our Pizza Hut Play of the Game. We'll have our Brenner Family Dealership Player of the Game. I mean, it's hard to tell. I can't see who the down player is. I don't know if you can, Archie Smith. But Deal this half, that last possession was 5 for 5 for 40. That didn't result in a score, but he's having a great night. But it looks like they're still training staff is having their work cut out now. We don't know if it's cramping up, but we'll take a break. We'll be right back right after these messages.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Isaiah Torado.
Well, welcome back. We're around 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Bishop McDevitt with the ball again. We're glad that everybody is tending to the staff here tonight. There's got some cramping up, and we're getting the players at this point, late juncture of the game. Some of these cramps are starting to take place, but the training staff on both sides are getting the players back in. Deal, time, pressure.
They got him.
And man, Cedar Cliff comes up with the play they need, and the crowd's going crazy.
And now I know Archie's gonna get excited about this. That was a coverage sack right there. You had good coverage in the secondary, and there you go.
Austin Knoll brought the pressure. Knoll gets the big stop they need.
And Jerome, you know, as a DB, man, we telling them defensive linemen, like, hey, man, bail us out a little bit, man. Don't make it so easy for these guys to run these routes back here, because we're gonna cover.
Yep. Well, Justin Resto got the sack. Knoll provided the pressure. Punt for McDevitt. Cedar Cliff going to get the ball back. Janovic's going to try to get out of the way of it, clear out of the way. It's going to take a nice McDevitt roll and be down at about the 16-yard line. And Cedar Cliff will have the ball here in the fourth quarter. And I mean, this is exciting. Hey, Archie Smith Jr., here we go again. Just like we talked about, can't get too excited. You cannot leave your sofa tonight because something crazy might happen.
Guys, if you can look to behind me, man, a lot of people after that last McDevitt touchdown started grabbing their chairs and grabbing their coats and started headed towards the exit, man. I bet they listening now like, guys, I think we left too early.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Pretty much.
No doubt about it. 28-21 here, Cedar Cliff. Listen, this is their second possession of the second half. That's how clock chewing some of these possessions have been at McDevitt. Dare going to run it, going to carry, going to pick up the 6.
Brought down by Donnelly.
And I got a name for you, for these Cedar Cliff fans out here from last year. Sean Hastings, the 6'3", 265-pound, everything lineman at St. Francis University.
Yeah.
He went there, and that's where he's playing football. So, we talk about, McDevitt and how, those guys are pumping out guys Division I. Well, we got some Division I on the other side of the field too with Cedar Cliff. So Hastings, we definitely remember calling his games as he anchored the trenches for Cedar Cliff. So he's taking his talents off to St. Francis University up the Turnpike towards Pittsburgh. So again, I definitely wanted to showcase him and talk a little bit about him because he definitely was a player here for these Cedar Cliff Colts.
Well, Dubious on the carry. He's been the workhorse. Dre Donnelly, boy, he's been called all night long from not only the TV station, the radio station 580 right beside us, and we're saying in unison, Donnelly on a lot of tackles, Ball on a lot of tackles on the Cedar Cliff side. Play action, and they look for ball on this side. Speaking to the devil, it's incomplete.
And there's ball, that play action. You're going to try to use it again, brings them to fourth down. And what are you going to do here? I mean,
well, you're going to have to punt
it's fourth down in inches. This is one of those plays. It doesn't look like the punting unit is going out there.
Oh, boy.
Cedar Cliff is either going to try to go for this.
They're going to go for it. Archie, your thoughts?
We gave our quarterback a run-pass option. Here we go. It's late in the fourth quarter. My defense has been playing tough. I got to get them a little bit of rest. We're going for it.
Cedar Cliff going for it. And
that's a gutsy call. That's to do that on your own What yard line were they on?
They're on the 22.
20. You know, they were on the 22-yard line, or no, they were on the 25.
25. Excuse me. Let's correct that.
And to do it on your own 25, to go for it on fourth down, that's gutsy. But hey, they got it.
Well, it'll be a first down. Move the chains for Cedar Cliff. Just what the doctor ordered in a matchup tonight. We needed one like this. Dare to Wallen. Wallen getting on the outside to be pushed out of bounds. He was drug all the way down.
Well, I know Archie said something at halftime that was very interesting. This McDevitt defense is in straight man-to-man across the board. So, you know, will Cedar Cliff try to take a shot downfield when you see McDevitt in man-to-man like that?
Well, we'll see. Clay Davis playing both ways as well. He'll drag Wellen down. Let's take a look at it again. Wellen trying to beat him to corner. That's a tough guy to beat to the corner because Davis is so quick. Ball on the 29-yard line. Second down. Cedar Cliff is going to move.
Flag on the play.
Now that's going to hurt him. That's the stuff that, you know, when you get in here 4 or 5 games, week 5, you get into the season and you're having those kind of late penalties. Boy, Colin Gillen probably is just right now saying, fellas, this is stuff that hurts us. We're in a big Keystone game here. We can't be offsides.
And they're not only in the game, they are, you know, a touchdown away from tying the game. So, again, you don't want to make these mistakes to put you backwards. You want to get forward, continue. And so far, it's been a pretty clean game. There hasn't been an overwhelming amount of penalties on either team. So both teams has done a very good job of being disciplined. So they just want to keep the discipline up to see if they can get themselves an opportunity. This is where it gets tough for the coaches and the players because you don't have the West Shore clock working, so you can't see. You got to keep passing. Whalen finding, trying to moving, still on his feet, crossing the 40-yard line and going to pick up the first down. Big old play for Cedar Cliff. I love that play call. It's very similar to what McDevitt did in the first half with the big play on one of those, you get the back sneaking out, cutting across with Lyman out front. I mean, you see Lyman blocking, and you see Wellen cuts back, which he probably could have just stayed north-south and got his more yards. Big bodies out in front of Wellen. They'll go to Dubas, and that makes sense. Dubas, we stood straight up, making. Oh, but I tell you what, that looked like a little unnecessary roughness there, but there was a. But no. No, I think it was a clean game. You're in the grass. You may not have, the defender may not have heard the whistle. Puts him to the turf. I don't think it was that bad.
I also agree. You cannot make a call like that in a game at the
not like this.
No, at the end of the game. And we're down to 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
So 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Archie Smith keeps trying to do his best. He's keeping the time for us here. Dare under center. There, play action, rolling out, going to hit ball across the 50. Ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. And James Lawson just had to go low on ball. I don't know if I would want to try to hit him high either. But that's going to move the chain. So under 6, 5:50 the play here, stopping the clock.
Time, please.
I don't know if they've got really an answer right now for Dubas.
Not right now. I mean, and again, the good play call and good mix of the run-pass option for the Cedar Cliff team, and they're methodically moving the ball downfield, giving themselves a chance.
Shotgun formation, Whalen to the right, Dubas to the left. Ebersol, dangerous, incomplete, and then flags went down. Ebersol went through his hands. Coming over to make the tackle is Julian Jordan, but we have flags.
In this quarter and the game. There's a flag on the play. Pass to Ebersol was complete. Incomplete.
Is there a pick? There's a pick. There's a pick, illegal pick on Cedar Cliff, so that's going to bring them back.
Cedar Cliff.
Ball be on the 50.
Yeah, those plays hurt, and that brings Cedar Cliff back far, man. Now we're at first and Route 81.
Yeah, Route 81 to go. Roll on the left. Dare to Lentz. Trying to get some of it back.
Good tackle though, on the outside. But he gets some of it back. I mean, you know, your goal.
Pick up 7.
You know, within the first 2 plays, you want to try to get at least half, a little more than half of that back to give yourself a chance. Get yourself back to a 3rd and 10 if you can, and that's a little bit more doable. If you can get more than that, go for it. But you don't have a lot of plays drawn up for 3rd and 20 or 1st and 20.
We got 2nd and 5, 9 plays in this possession.
That's like 2nd and.
That's more.
15.
2nd and 15. They're back to another flag. So they were 2nd and 15, excuse me, and 2nd forever. Now they're backing them up. Well, coming up, we got another great one Friday night, October 6th, 7 o'clock p.m. Still High at Trinity. We're excited about that one. Tune in next week as we bring you action at 7 o'clock here on ABC 27.
You get a chance to see the Rollers play after they dispatched Milton Hershey last week. I mean, they're doing pretty good. So let's see them at Trinity and see how they do in that game.
Hey, coming right up, we'll have our Giant post-game report, our Pizza Hut play of the game, and our Brenner Family Dealership player of the game coming up here. So stay tuned. Again, our next broadcast, October 6th. Dare. Ooh, man. Dare is tackled and thrown down by James Lawson.
Dare's a tough kid. It brings up 3rd and a lot. So let's see if you see the option play. He keeps it, gets upfield. I thought if he would have kept going outside, maybe he could have got a little bit more. Runs right into James Lawson, who is starting to master this stop you in your tracks, pick you up, and body slam you to the turf tackle that he does. And there you go. You see him dancing. He's having a ball.
Well, it'll be 3rd and 15. This is a long way for Cedar Cliff. Under 4. Whalen left side. Whalen getting moved and it'll be out of bounds.
Let's talk about the quarterback.
Across the 50, first down.
Whalen, of course, you want to get the ball to your playmaker. Let's talk about the quarterback. Dare, he steps up into the pocket, delivers a ball, comes up almost as if he's going to run, keeps his eyes downfield. Look at this. He steps up, fires it right on the money. Good play for Whalen. In this second half, Whalen has been showcased in this offense. So we are seeing what he's able to do, and he's showing you a little bit of what he did all last year as well.
Big pickup for Cedar Cliff. Dubas right side, staying on his feet, knock him down, and Donnelly will come up to make the tackle.
Backed by Donnelly.
So it'll be 2nd. 12 plays in this possession. We're at 2 minutes. Whalen had to turn his back and try to get him on the corner quick. Not much there.
Butts finishes him off, makes the play.
That'll be a loss. 13 plays in this possession coming right up. Whalen, not much there. Be 3rd and 7. And if you're Bishop McDevitt, you wonder where you were at on this.
Well, I think, you got to give credit to Cedar Cliff. I mean, they've played a very, very good game, especially in the second half. I mean, that drive where Bishop McDevitt went all the way down into the red zone and couldn't punch it in, that was huge.
Dare pickup by his own feet.
This kid he's coming together right now. I'll tell you what, he's this team. Cedar Cliff has had some really good quarterbacks come through here, so it's good. You have another one now in Dare that is maturing right in front of our eyes.
Well, you know what? We got 1:42 to play here in the 4th quarter. There's a timeout on the field, but you know what time it is, Jerome? It is time for what?
It's the hit parade.
Vicky hit parade.
And today, this is a rivalry game, and we see it when guys on the sideline, they get nailed. Then you see guys, you even get quarterbacks get body slammed after throwing the ball. Oh, my goodness, that right there could be the hit of the day by Donnelly right there. Oh, man, we had to see that twice. A textbook hit. He gets up, tells the whole world about it. I got that. Again, hits are coming from everywhere. You're running the ball, you better keep your head in the swivel. Even when you think you're going somewhere and you think you're out of it, you can get it, and there you go. Lawson just picks people up, puts them to the turf, but then, hey, we're not going to be undone on the other end. Ball comes along and cleans up the clock. So we got guys getting hype here with the big hits. Quarterback running, yeah, same thing. Lawson does the same thing, picks him up, body slam him, hit parade.
The ball's on the 25-yard line, 13th play, and it is 4th down. So, man, it's just big play. 1:42 to play, roughly 4th down.
And Cedar Cliff has to do this. So, what play do you have? I think they're going to try to get him off sides. You know that's coming.
Play clock on 0, so flag. Is that going to be on? Well, they were trying to get him jumped, and it just didn't happen. So that's delay of the game is going to go against
the Colts.
Against Cedar Cliff.
I mean, you have to run your play. You can't let that happen. And now you're at a 4th and 7. So now the whole situation changes. You're 4th and 2. You run a play and get that. I mean, you can't just let that clock go down and not run your play.
Well, you have a workhorse in Dubas who all night long has been doing it. Now, they're going to key on Dubas, but, you have a nice play action.
Well, the focus is more on drawing them outside than running your play.
Exactly. So 4th and 7. Dare Rowland, she's going to try to get it herself, and that's just not going to happen. And McDevitt's going to take over downs, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, that delay of game play was bad, and we have a player down right now.
So McDevitt's going to hold it. Delay of game that really comes back to hurt. I mean, we'll be right back after ABC 27. We have the McDevitt player down. More to come. 1:28 to play.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Well, after the penalty at 4th and 2, they got a delay of game penalty. McDevitt will get the ball back, and they're at 118, 117. There's really probably no way for Cedar Cliff to get the ball back here. 112. There is a timeout.
So we're at 122.
So 122, 28-21. What a great game we had. I mean, we continue to have. I mean, looks like McDevitt, if they can hold on and just move the ball a little bit here, run out the clock, they'll go on to go 4 and 2, stay undefeated in the Keystone, and Cedar Cliff will drop to 2 and 3.
And again, another hard-fought victory or game. I mean, we can't, it's too early to say this game's over, but another very hard-fought game. And I have something for you. 7 minutes ago, just got this update. Central Dauphin 20. Cumberland Valley 14. Wow. Central Dauphin knocks off Cumberland Valley tonight.
So Central Dauphin knocks off Cumberland Valley tonight.
And that's a big one. That'll be the first loss. And just like this game, they always play each other tough as well. So over at Landis.
1:14 remaining in the game.
Well, we have 1:14 left, and over at Landis Field, CD wins it. And it's been a while.
Used their final timeout.
It's been one of those games where, man, oh man. Central Dauphin, going back, just talking about that game since you brought that score up. It's been a while. They've been in dogfights. They've lost in some overtime.
And they've beaten CV too.
They have, and we've caught some games where CV's come out and win on a field goal. But man, Central Dauphin, probably big-time celebration back in Central Dauphin and Dauphin County.
Well, I think what we thought, Central Dauphin started out the football season a little slow. So they went off everybody's radar in 6A, or a lot of people's radar in 6A. And then you started to see them put together some really good games, and this game against Cumberland Valley was going to be a big one. So Landis Field, you knew, was going to be jumping. That's a big rivalry for Central Dauphin. So they got a chance to get them at home, and they did. And now Cumberland Valley has their first loss of the season.
Well, right side. It's now 4th down. Hey, we got a minute exactly. 4th down, Bishop McDevitt. So 28-21. 4th and Roma's high it up. 4th and about 3. The ball on the 24-yard line for McDevitt, their own 24. Cedar Cliff had a chance from the 20-yard line, 22, I think it was. 4th and 2, and they were called for the delay of game, trying to get McDevitt to jump off sides. McDevitt takes back over on downs. Now it's 4th down and 3. 1 minute to play. We'll be right back after these messages. We got more to play here. A minute to go here on ABC 27.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Well, Friday night, October 6th, 7 o'clock on ABC 27.3, still high at Trinity. We got another one there, matchup. Tonight, Trinity and Middletown. I don't know if there was a final on that one. They were in a dogfight tonight, weren't they? Middletown, who beat East Penn pretty soundly, 42-7 last week. Was in a fight, 35-28 last we checked. McDevitt and Trinity, or Middletown, Trinity, excuse me.
Definitely try to get those scores.
So Cedar Cliff's going to get the ball back with a minute to go. Burnett will come in and make his 2nd punt of the year. Oh, he's got a nice ball off. And it's going to be down at the 32. Cedar Cliff will have the ball.
Ball is marked on the 37-yard line. Cedar Cliff has no timeouts remaining.
No timeouts. The ball marked on the 37 for Cedar Cliff.
29 seconds remaining in the game.
We got 29 seconds. So it's actually just been corrected. It's 24 seconds for Cedar Cliff. Ball on the 37. 28-21. 24 seconds. Twin receivers to the right. They're going to go outside to Wellen.
Pass to Whalen is complete.
Out to be complete. I think maybe they'll pick up 8 seconds, 20 seconds. They'll pick up 8. It'll be 20 seconds on the clock. So 19 seconds, actually. Ball on the 46. Shotgun formation. Taken down to 18. and it'll be out of bounds with 15 seconds to go. I'm doing the best I can to keep it here on the stopwatch. I'm excited about what might happen. It's never over. This game is never over, Archie Smith. 15 seconds to go. Never over. Ball across the 46.
Well, you guys, you remember this time last year, it was Tavon Austin on the other side driving down with the go-ahead touchdown to win this game.
Tavon Bowers wins the game for McDevitt last year in this big one. 14 and counting. Over to Lentz side. Lentz is going to get out of bounds. It'll be 10 seconds, 9, call it 9. 9 seconds to go.
10 seconds remaining in the game, folks. 10.
So the ball on the 38-yard line. The Cedar Cliff crowd kind of antsy. A lot of people packed it up and went home after that last stop, and McDevitt had the ball back. But if you're home, you're listening to it on the radio, this game's not over yet. Ball on the 38-yard line, and it's 9 seconds.
Do you take a shot here, or do you,
You
try
have
to?
to. You have to.
Do you try to get get another 10 yards?
They're going to go out of bounds at 7, 6. 6 seconds on the clock, and that ball is complete.
So this, I mean, you think about it, this may have to be in the end zone. You're in good striking distance now. Can you do this? I mean, McDevitt's been playing soft defensively. Do you take a shot here?
Right. Okay, so ball's on the 27-yard line. 5 seconds to play here, fourth quarter action. Everything we anticipated here on iScore Sports Live, ABC 27. Shotgun formation for Dare. He's got trips receivers to the left, no back. Ball snapped down to 4, thrown in the end zone, going to the end zone for Lentz. Throws it up, and it's going to be intercepted, and that's going to call. That's going to be it for it.
That's it.
Tonight, no more time left on the clock. And Lawson comes up to make the play for Bishop McDevitt. And you know what? James Lawson had a good game, actually, when you look at it.
He had a really good game, especially an extremely good second half. I mean, tackling well, covering well. This was the game that, again, Bishop McDevitt will come away with a tough victory. But, again, it was a tough victory. It was something that they can't come into this game and ever think it's going to be easy, because these Colts always are ready to play. So, a very good game. Both sides, very competitive.
Well, stay tuned for our Giant post game. We also have our Brenner Family Dealership player of the game and our Pizza Hut play of the game. McDevitt comes away with the victory, 28-21. They hold on. Now, Cedar Cliff did give them everything they had tonight. So there'll be more coming up right on our Giant post game right after these messages.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. It's better, Brenner. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by OSS Health, Giant Foods, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board, and Connections Academy.
Well, welcome back to our Giant post game. McDevitt holds on a 28-21 tight Keystone play here tonight. McDevitt goes on to win their 4th straight in this matchup. But our Brenner family dealership player of the game had to be Chase Dill. We feel like there were a lot of plays made tonight. Burnett made some big ones. I mean, Becker made some big plays. The defense came up. But when it came down to it, I feel like Chase Dill calmed himself down. He was 16 for 21 for 256, but he didn't have a single possession in the second half, because it was pretty much. But that hook up right there to Burnett, he had 2 touchdowns tonight, 256 Chase Dill. I love the pump fake, sets the screen up. And Gleek Davis goes in and wouldn't be denied there. McDevitt got up by 2 touchdowns, but not tonight. I mean, Cedar Cliff said, we're not going to go down that easy, and they came back, and they had an opportunity with 5 seconds to play, and interception in the end zone ended it. But I think our Pizza Hut play of the game also really is this play right here. This will be our Pizza Hut play of the game here tonight, and this is Dill. Again, as you saw it, to Burnett on the screen, and that was a beautiful setup, well-designed play to Davis, Dill to Davis, and that's our Pizza Hut play of the game. Tonight we had a great one in the Keystone matchup. Next week it'll be Steel High versus Trinity. Stay tuned for a special look into the 3-star program. On behalf of Invictus Sports and all the crew who worked their tail off, Jerome Presley, Todd McCall, and Archie Smith Jr., we want to say good night. Stay tuned again for a special look into the 3-star program, and we'll see you next week right here on ABC 27.
Real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, you know, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the wind blow, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name's Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot, home, out of streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person, helped me be a better man at home. I help my parents around the house now, less disrespect at home, working, helping my mother pay bills. This program just built me to be a better person and a better man.
The director, he came to me asking that I want to come and join this program, and I seen him at the Boys and Girls Club because I worked there, and he told me about the program and what it's worth. It's a great combination. Like, I like learning about new stuff, and basketball is the thing I do on the side, but it helps me on just communicating with each other, because really I love doing both things, learning, playing, but I just want to become a great player and just have a great future. And it's a long way to go, and I just got to stick with there might be bad sides, bad places, and good places. I'm trying to take the good path.
Met Gerald Jarman a few years ago, and he got to talking to me about 3-star program, asked me if I wanted to get involved, and I was very excited about the opportunity to work with young men here in Harrisburg and hopefully make a difference, make a positive difference in their lives.
I met Coach Jarman, and he asked me to be a part of the 3-star program, so we looked at that, and of course you always try to clear your schedule for good things, and got involved, and it's just a great opportunity for anyone to impact lives. It's interesting, when I first heard about the program from the boys, they were talking about the mentoring, they were talking about just being together with friends, they were talking about so many great things that they liked about the program. And it actually took a while before they said, oh, and by the way, we play basketball.
I tell you, it's great. You see the young men come in as we begin the mentoring sessions. It's great to see just their development. It's great to be able to develop great relationships with these young men and just see them grow and prosper.
A lot of things in the streets just to help y'all out.
Can you tell them about it when you see them?
I got a lot of people that are here. I got into it, so I hope they learn something from here the same way I did last year.
Do you see any changes in them?
So far, yeah, a lot. Lots getting jobs, stopping a lot of things, becoming better people in here, better friends. It's helping a lot.
Yeah, I'll be here next year.
He got accepted to Duquesne and Bloomsburg on a full academic scholarship.
We're here tonight at Roland School, Harrisburg School District. This is the high school program. This is our 7th year. This is the one that's really established. This is the program. This is kind of like the mother of them all. 65 guys from the Harrisburg School District, teenagers, guys, want to come out and play basketball and learn about life. Good thing is, I don't know too many places in the city where you can go and get this many guys in one location, one place, from different areas in the city, uptown, from the Hill, from out the south, all in one melting pot. Probably in another setting, in another environment, these guys will be at each other. It could be some friction, so that's one of the things we're thankful for. God has given us the grace to be able to do what we do. We're excited to be here. We have a great program. You're going to hear more things in the future, great positive things about the young men in the city. I believe that with all my heart, with all my soul. I believe that you're going to hear some positive things. There's a lot of negative things out on the media, and rightfully so. There's a lot of negative things happening in the city. But this is proof tonight, what you've heard and what you've seen, that there is some good that's happening. We want to highlight that. It's a breath of fresh air to see and hear some of the testimonies, some of the positive reports we're getting, and you've seen it for yourself. So the best is yet to come, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.